The discus lariat.
The huge suplex.
What happened to the other intro? Hi, welcome to Thoughts Count Anywhere. Happy post-Thanksgiving.
Hello. For your info, 60-some years.
Okay, thank you. We were talking about the Army-Navy game that's airing next week. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Hopefully everybody's woken up from their tryptophan overload from Thursday. Happy belated Thanksgiving. Thank you for joining us today. We are here for 2 hours today. Are you guys ready for 2 hours?
Hell yeah.
We just needed some extra backup. Our historian decided to make an appearance today for 2 hours because I highlighted today's show is going to be talking about Survivor Series tonight coming from Chicago.
All 5 matches.
Beat your heart out, Ronald.
There,
yeah.
Where is Ronald?
He's there.
Ronald!
Good morning, Ronald, down in Florida. Anyway, thank you for tuning in, whether you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube. And, of course, in 72 hours, you can watch us on Roku on the WWDB TV network. Give us a call, 702-992-3207 with your thoughts and predictions for tonight's show, the Survivor Series with only 5 matches. A lot can happen in 5 matches, so we're going to be talking about that most of today's show. Also, driving around town, download WWDB TV to your Android, WWDB TV LV to your iPhone product. Catch us, share us, do all that good stuff, like us, and all that good stuff. Of course, Matt Mullen on the far right, the historian next to him, the man simply known as Chief is in the house. I'm Aaron. John's behind the board. We're ready for all sorts of good talk, shenanigans, and the usual stuff that we do here.
Oh, I like shenanigans.
Shenanigans. That's a shenanigan. That's a 4-syllable word. Anyway, Matt, we'll start with you. Happy Thanksgiving. Did you have a good Thanksgiving day? Lots of turkey?
It was pretty good. I had to work, deal with reports and state people because of stupid idiots on Fremont Street, which I'll get into in a couple minutes.
Yep. Story time will be coming up shortly.
But we were talking about the Navy-Army game before, like we aired.
Yes.
You know, Chief is so old that when he started, the first Army-Navy game he went to, the Navy had 3 ships. The Nina, the Pinta, and the Santa Maria.
Correct.
Right on. I love it.
That was good.
Here we go.
That was good. I like that one myself.
T-minus 1 minute. Here we go. Not bad. Not bad.
You read my memo last night.
Oh, my goodness gracious. That was very good, Mr. Matt. Take the rest of the show off. You worked hard on that one. That was very good. Anyway, historian, nice to see you. Ronald may not be happy seeing you, but it's good to have you in studio. How's things been with you?
It was well.
You worked Thursday night?
I worked Thursday night, yep.
So no like frozen turkeys going down an aisle, no frozen bowling.
No, thankfully no.
No Les Nessman thing where they drop turkeys thinking
thankfully,
they fly.
No.
God, that was brilliant.
That's a WKRP in Cincinnati reference for those who don't know what that was about. Well, that's good. And Mr. Chief, how was your Thanksgiving?
Outstanding.
Outstanding. You went across the street.
$25.99 and all you could eat.
Give him a plug. You might as well.
Big Dogs.
Well, Draft House, technically.
Big Dogs Draft House.
Right across the
street.
street.
Across the street. $25.99 for all you can eat. I'm not sure if they're going to have the same thing for Christmas or not, but I'm going to tell you, you got mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, green bean au gratin, stuffing, cranberry sauce, dinner roll, white and dark meat.
Okay.
And you can have as many plates as you want.
That's great. $25.99, that's not bad.
Plus pecan or pumpkin pie for dessert.
Nice.
Who had the better Thanksgiving dinner, Big Dogs or the
Or where?
He can't finish the line.
That's what he's going to say. Hey,
I caught your eye.
I'm going to give him one.
But I know what he was going to say. That's the funny part. He caught himself. Oh, my God.
I know.
Big Dogs or Plymouth Rock?
Oh, I saw that. I love
Both.
Oh, my lordy. Oh, we're off to a good. This is going to be a great show for 2 hours. Normally, we only have an hour to have fun like this. Now we got 2 hours. Y'all are in trouble with this stuff. But anyway, listen, a lot of good stuff coming down the pike. We hope you all had a great Thanksgiving out there with family, friends, whatever you decide to do. Even if you had to work, hopefully you made it the best like Mr. Historian did here as well. You got to do what you got to do, and we appreciate that.
All joking aside, hopefully everybody was safe.
Yes, and the special Thanksgiving to all of our folks in the armed forces all around the world.
Thank you. for
Currently,
that.
yeah, absolutely. Currently working, those retired families, anybody associated, we thank you for all that you do as well. Because really, without you all, Thanksgiving would not be what it is for us to be able to celebrate and enjoy.
Can I have the mic for a minute?
Is this your rant?
No. Anyway,
Doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter. It don't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I can't do it like he.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Anyway,
Yes.
Matt, I hope your aunt's
Yes.
doing better. And my buddy next to me here, been at the hospital most of yesterday. His dad had a gallbladder operation sometime yesterday afternoon, and he is doing better. And
Thank you.
we're glad you're here.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You know, family comes first, though.
Absolutely. No, I appreciate you. First of all of y'all kept me going watching all the feed while I was sitting at the hospital with all the comments. Matt sent the video of an experience, which he'll talk about here momentarily. That had me laughing. But I thank you for that. Thank goodness. Spoke to my dad this morning. All is well. He's anxious to get out of there. So I told him, don't push it.
No,
'Cause-
no.
Anyway, all right. With that, you know what time it is? It is time for.
Story time with Matt.
And now here is your storytelling host, Matt Mullen, the Mr. Rogers of the Fremont Street neighborhood. Take it away, Matt. What's happening in the neighborhood?
So, Thanksgiving morning.
I love
So,
it. I love
So,
it. Yes.
as we get settled at Plymouth Rock.
back in the day when the Santa Maria unloaded on Fremont Street, that's how all these dirty bums showed up. But a group of people at 3 a.m. stumbled into the building, and the three of the 4 of them are just messing around on the second floor. And the one guy runs up to the second floor he took the elevator and runs over to our escalators and goes, "Hey guys, watch this." And he sits on the rail, and there's a little wall kind of where the escalator starts, and the wall kind of just stops. And I don't think he realized this because he was leaning back on the wall. And as soon as that wall gave way, he flipped over and fell about 20 feet.
What's everybody on for? He was a dumb shit himself. He deserved to fall off the wall. Continue, Matt.
It's kind of like when you try to see the video, the wall gives way and he kind of oh crap, and kind of tries to hold on to the handrail, but it was far too late. And he laid there for a good couple minutes as people called 911. But he kind of staggered up as medical showed up and just kind of just fell on the stretcher. So he was coherent and stuff,
Well,
but
he had to have gotten a concussion.
He
something,
was-
at the very least.
he was pretty good messed up. But I'm pretty sure he survived. But that's one hell of a way to start fucking Thanksgiving.
I got one thing to say.
Yes.
Duh.
Captain Obvious. You know, there's a show that they run on one of
to
these
me.
odd channels. I forgot what the world's dumbest this, the world's
Yeah.
fastest. Epic Fails is another one. That's a video that should show up on this world's dumbest drunks or world's stupidest stuntmen.
Did I ever show you the
something like
female bum that was just spinning around Heart Attack Grill?
You might
I
have.
made a video of that
You
too.
might.
We better not play nothing like
Well,
that.
no, we can't. We just we can talk about it.
No,
Why?
I might show up for it. As a dumbest drunk. I might. You never know.
Oh my goodness.
Back in the day.
That's right. So was that the highlight of
Oh
story
yeah,
time? Oh my
definitely.
goodness. We
It
did.
was
I
a
have,
slow week because
it was-
of
You got to go in and see it, folks. You have to.
well, it's
go
not
see
posted. It's not posted
it's not?
publicly.
No,
that-
not
no.
posted anywhere. No.
Well, never mind.
private
then.
message me and I'll show you.
There you
Yeah,
go.
There you go.
Where can they private message you?
Facebook
Okay.
or Thoughts Count Anywhere page or thoughtscountanywhere.com.
Can they get you through Insta or
Yeah.
Twitter?
All
Where's
of
that?
them.
Well, let them know what the
We're
handle
on
is.
all of them. My God.
X. Sorry.
You can
X.
get me on X at TCA702 and Facebook Thoughts Count Anywhere show.
Call in 702-992-3207.
Nicholas says, that was very good.
Thank
Nicholas, I taught you well. Nicholas says, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. I guess he won a free trip to the hospital, I guess, and a free stretcher. All right.
I keep telling people the UMC Trauma Center is not a tourist
No,
attraction.
it's not. Yeah, okay. Yes, sir.
Anyway,
Yes, anyway.
today our good
Oh.
friend over at Power Play Sports and Collectibles, Mr. Scott Hosey, who's probably holding his chest right now for the Ohio
Yeah,
State.
can't speak to him
Michigan
for the
game.
next 3
We
hours.
can't talk to him. We're not allowed. Anyway, I'm gonna plug this on the What Not channel. Power Play Sports LV, Sports Collectibles and Pro Wrestling Autograph Auction Show, Saturday, November the 25th at 1 p.m. Pacific on the What Not channel.
What?
Tune in because the chief says so.
There you go. All right, let's get into it. Let's hear some rumors. I hear
Very good,
voices.
very good, I like it.
Rumor is CM Punk may find a new wrestling home outside of WWE with TNA and New Japan being options.
I heard Shimmer.
Shimmer.
That's what I heard.
How about WoW?
Oh, that could be okay too.
Uh,
That's what I heard. I don't know.
I heard cattle.
Who cares?
I heard cattle. Oh, jeez.
Okay.
But
No, go ahead.
reading an
I'm
article
I'm
this
gonna-
morning
I'm gonna be serious.
From reading some information online, according to inside sources in WWE,
Just the dirt sheets.
it's a report coming from within anonymous sources
Okay. Now
say that
okay.
WWE has no inclination to bring Punk back. That's what they're saying on paper. That's what the news is. Happens to be tonight's in Chicago. My daughter works the Chicago show in Broadway. I just happen to be wearing the Chicago shirt to plug it. Chief is saying no to CM Punk coming back. Guys, what's your thoughts?
I think he might show up at Impact or TNA or something, and his trunks are gonna be sponsored by Tampax. But eventually he's gonna show up somewhere,
Okay.
probably on his period, complaining about something, and it won't last very long, but he'll show up somewhere.
Oh my god.
All right.
Love you guys.
Send your hate mail to anyway.
Send it to matt@thoughtscountanywhere.com. I dare you.
Double dog day.
Folks, don't get into tizzy. Don't get into tizzy. Punk is not going to show up. Plain and simple. Tony, is it Tony Khan that works for them?
Nick Khan.
Nick Khan has said in his interview.
But not related.
Well,
I
exactly.
still want to see DNA testing that proves otherwise.
But anyway,
Why, Nick's smarter than
Nick
than Tony.
Khan in his interview said that this is not the right time nor the right show if CM Punk was to come back.
Now, you could read into that response any way you want to, that there could be a possibility that it still may some other time.
That and yes,
Right.
As
yes,
soon as that came out, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Royal Rumble!"
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I was gonna say.
Exactly.
If he
There
comes
you-
back, if he's gonna come
surprise
back, it's gonna be
entrant.
at the Rumble.
but it ain't going to happen.
Personally, I don't want to see Punk back at all at WWE.
I don't.
That's just my personal opinion. They
Listen.
don't need him. You got rising stars and stars that have been around a long time,
Yeah.
like LA Knight, doing his thing for
Yeah.
20 years, right? And finally getting the limelight that he deserves.
Mhm.
I don't think Punk needs to come back. I don't think WWE needs Punk to come back at all. That's just my opinion.
We have eyesores in the. You like that eyesores?
Nice, but it's still
We have-
that's only
okay.
compound.
That's only compound.
That's a compound.
We have eyesores in every walk of life. Okay, CM Punk needs to go home and stay home. If he wants to wrestle, let him wrestle on the indie circuit like he did before. But as far as the major companies, he doesn't need to be there because you said it. There's a lot of rising stars that deserve their shot.
He's going to turn himself into the Colin Kaepernick of pro wrestling,
Yeah.
where at some point no one's going to want to sign him,
Yeah.
period.
Rumor is Roman Reigns' next match at Royal Rumble will not be against LA Knight, which most fans are expecting. If it's not LA Knight, who would you like it to be against? Who would you like to see?
LA Knight.
If it's not going to be LA Knight, who would you like to see? Did you not read the run sheet?
LA Knight.
If not Knight,
I
who
don't
should it
care
be?
about the run sheet.
You studied
LA
the run sheet,
Knight.
but you studied the run sheet before we went on the air.
It'll probably be Kevin Owens. Every Rumble, every other year or whatnot, it's Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. So probably Kevin Owens again.
At the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with a returning Randall Keith Orton.
Okay.
Better be getting a title shot soon.
Is that in all seriousness? Again, he's coming back tonight. 30 days later, or it's right. Royal Rumble's January, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we're
So,
like 60 days out.
60 days out. Is that too soon for him to get a match after coming back?
No.
According to
I mean-
Chiefs rules, you have to be on TV every week for at least 9 months to get a title shot. But it's freaking Randy Orton. No,
Bruno Sammartino.
still sucks a lot. I don't even think Bruno Sammartino can get the
Ching-ching.
vertical,
Slid it
like
right
jump
in.
to even catch
Slid
an
it right in
RKO.
there, buddy.
Look, I would love, nothing would make me happier to see Orton get another serious run, get another title before he does decide to hang him up permanently. Because in my opinion, this might be the last run based on his injury.
Does Orton get the shot and win the belt?
No.
Why not?
Cody wins a belt at
Thank you.
Mania.
Why can't Randy win it? Give me one freaking good reason
The
why.
good-
Wait a minute, that he can't win the belt.
Because
Why?
they're going with the story. They have
Oh,
a plan.
what the hell with the story?
They have a plan for one.
The hell
They're sticking with it.
The hell with the story.
He wasn't on TV for 9 months. He doesn't deserve the world championship.
Surprise the wrestling fans.
That will piss the fans off if you don't go with Cody.
Well, then put your goddamn Pampers on
Ronald
and
Young.
tighten it up.
Ronald Young would like to see some guy named Kevin Cross go for Roman.
What happened to the comments?
He has to switch, but I'm looking at it here on my phone. There it is. It's right there.
I would love for that to happen. They keep saying he's going to push him, but that push needs to happen at some point in time.
John.
AJ. Go with AJ. AJ
Well,
can come
but-
back and put
Yeah,
AJ
but
versus Roman.
but again, that's another.
All right,
Listen, I'm into the storytelling. And
Wait.
we'll get into this with tonight's match with some changes.
Let's be real.
I think there should be a build towards a WrestleMania match, a Royal Rumble match, because it is one of the big four.
Yeah,
And there needs to be, in my opinion, some good build to any match, regardless of what the match is.
true.
How far is the Royal Rumble from
Tonight?
WrestleMania?
3 months.
About 3 months, yeah.
That's enough time to
2.5
tell a
months.
story.
And how long is from tonight to the Rumble?
About 60 days.
So
Give or
that's
take.
so that's 5 months before WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They could build the story in 3 months for Cody and Roman. 3 months they could build it. So I say,
So you're gonna have
no, wait. I say, if they're going to do it, put the belt on Randy for 2 months. All right. Randy loses it to Cody. Roman comes back and wrestles Cody at WrestleMania for the belt, and Roman wins the belt back.
Good morning, Jennifer.
that would absolutely kill Cody.
Yeah, because
That would kill 2 years of storytelling.
what's best for
in one
business,
shot.
as Triple H always likes to say with Stephanie, what's best for business is Cody beating and winning it off of Roman. That's
Yeah.
what's best for
And then-
business from their perspective.
Then what happens to Roman?
If
He
we
goes
You can-
away.
you can
Cries
wait.
about it for
He'll
like 2
probably go away
months.
for a
Yeah.
while.
He goes away.
He
for
goes
a
away to
little bit.
SummerSlam. Then he gets a rematch at SummerSlam. And then
No
whether he
different than
wins or
Brock
not,
Lesnar, right?
there's
Eh,
another question whether he wins it back at SummerSlam or you keep it on Cody's. But right now the plan is they're sticking with the story. How many years have we bitched about them not having a story?
Do you know? Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
You said this. They're sticking with the plan.
Yeah.
Question: do they even have a plan? Has anything come out in black and white
Nothing-
from? No, wait. Come on.
Okay. Finish. Okay.
Come on. Has anything come out in black and white from the people in the know?
No.
The people in the saying that there's a storyline.
No. But if you
You know,
walk the
creative
TV,
is not going to spill the
But
beans
if you
this
walk
round.
TV
Exactly.
Even if there is a plan.
Exactly.
Paul Heyman has directly said it, and so has Roman Reigns.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly.
All right, we got to step aside for our first break, but real quickly, our last note in rumors MJF has quietly re-signed with AEW, so we'll get our thoughts on that real quickly on the other side of the break. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. We'll be right back.
I didn't know.
Thoughts Count Anywhere. Y'all watching it. These are my new tag team partners, Steve-O, a.k.a. Zeus, from the hit movie Friday, and from No Holds Barred.
Hello, this is Martin Casals, aka Marty the Mob, and you're watching the Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. Enjoy.
What's up, man? It's your boy, Simple Foxy. I'm here with my man, Big Chief. I need you to check out the podcast, Thoughts Count Anywhere. This is Impact Wrestling's Dashing Chris Bay, the ultimate finesser, former Finesse Division champion, and you're listening to Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast.
Hi, I'm Sean Davari. Listen to Thoughts Count Anywhere for all your wrestling news.
It's not the worst podcast ever, is it? It's the best podcast. Thoughts Count Anywhere. All your wrestling news, all your hobbit all your gimmickry. Go on over, listen wherever your podcasts are downloaded. The Thoughts Count Anywhere podcast. I'm the big LG Doc Ellis. That's my endorsement. Booyah!
This is the Essential Character EC3 on behalf of my dear friends at Thoughts Count Anywhere. The podcast for your mind when you need deep thinking about all things sports and entertainment.
Hey, what's going on? This is Axe, and I'm smashing the demolition.
Hey, we want to invite you to watch every Saturday morning Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Hey guys, it's Tessa Blanchard and Ozzy, and you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere.
All right, welcome back. Good morning, Jennifer. Aloha. Hope you had a nice Thanksgiving. I know you're down in Texas with family. So happy Thanksgiving to everyone down there.
Those biscuits and gravy looked excellent.
Yeah, we'll send you our addresses for a care package. You can send them care of the studio. All right, let's get to it.
All right, where are we at?
Well, let's. You guys want to start getting into tonight, or does anybody want to make a comment on the signing of MJF?
I thought we was going to talk about his contract.
You didn't let me finish.
Well,
so I gave options. So what's anybody's thoughts on MJF possibly have already re-signed with AEW?
That's the best spot for him, to be truthful.
Mm-hmm.
He's a top guy.
I think we all agreed to that. That was sort of the feel last week when we talked about it.
I think he'd get lost in the shuffle. I think he'd get lost in the shuffle of WWE.
It says here, according to Haus of Wrestling, Haus, WWE believes that MJF has already re-signed with AEW, potentially keeping him over there until 2027. But I want to read this one right here. This is per Dave Meltzer. MJF's new salary has reportedly been revealed following the star signing a new contract with AEW. Okay. The contract, per Dave Meltzer, with this new deal, MJF is now earning more than $1 million per year. Nice. And he should be.
Yeah.
He should be.
Even though the booking last week for Full Gear, and we'll get into that in a minute, Jay White not happy with everything that went down. How believable was the story of him getting hurt in the tag match, and all of that stuff. So
that whole
that whole storyline got some knocks on it from the wrestling community.
I know what I should have done it this week. I know what I'm going to do next week. My shirt that I got at home that says WWE Creatives with the sign. I'm going to put a tape across it say AEW.
There you go.
I'm not buying
I smell a new shirt coming. By the way,
I'm going to have tape on it.
I know that. Like a KO shirt, the way he tapes this shirt.
Yeah.
We'll put that on the website.
Yeah.
ThoughtsCountAnywhere.com.
My boy KO.
There you go.
Knocks 2 out with 1 shot.
Do we have holiday shirts up yet, sir? I know you've been busy.
Working on it.
All right. We're currently working on holiday shirts. That'll be up on the TCA website from all of us here. So keep an eye out for that announcement coming up. That'll be available soon. All right.
I think we did a good job.
So let's go into it. I mean, we're the next item on the
where you want to go.
The next item on the run sheet
trying to tell you.
Sort of leads into tonight.
Let's go.
Let's talk about Orton.
Orton.
This is what you want to talk about,
right? So
Randall Orton.
Yep.
Yes.
Will his return make a big impact tonight? The question is, he's going to be part of the team. To what extent physically can he go? Obviously, if he's cleared, and you would think he can go. But I got to imagine there's going to be some I want to say hesitation, but maybe there might be some slow opportunities for him to ease him back into the match, which makes me think he'll come out last for the team.
Oh yeah,
Less time in
definitely.
the ring, right? So that I think is where he's going to come. What kind of impact? There's too many ways that this story can possibly. Will he turn on Cody? Will he not turn? Him and Jay. There's so many things, but what kind of impact do you think he'll make in tonight and moving forward with after tonight? Who's he going to go up against in a feud coming back?
And numbers wise, he has already made an impact because the attendance went up for Raw when they heard he was coming back.
Right.
The amount of Survivor Series tickets, they had to release more tickets,
right?
Because Randy Orton came back.
Mm-hmm.
But
I'm being. I don't know if his meds haven't kicked in or not, but I'm being entertained over here.
I think he's still recovering from like 20 minutes earlier.
I gave birth to a Marine.
It's a shitty time to bring this up, but go ahead.
But I think definitely he's going to make like a.
The sub-tubes were cleared.
I think there's going to be a lot of RKOs tonight, and I'm pretty sure Randy Orton's going to get the actual victory.
Okay.
It's going to be him or Cody.
So who takes the loss for the other side?
JD.
Oh yeah, that
He's
makes
the top
sense.
guy.
Yeah, that makes. So he'll probably go in first.
Probably.
Right? Probably go in first. So all right. So the impact is there financially.
Yeah.
Impact. We'll see what the match is. Chief, I have a feeling you have a feeling about this.
His grandfather, Randy Orton.
First of all,
Bob Orton.
First of all, my opinion is Randy's been training down at the Performance Center.
Mm-hmm.
He's in good shape.
Mm-hmm.
The doctors have finally cleared him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll, knowing him as a professional wrestler, he'll do what he feels that he can do in the ring. And if that means RKO and everybody, including the female ref, so be it. I hope it all happens. I'm okay with it.
And the cameraman.
And yeah, hell yeah. The cameraman.
And his children.
The ring announcer. I don't care who it is.
Samantha Irvin's a national treasure. Do not touch her.
But seriously,
yeah,
he's going to do what he can do.
Sure.
And I think he's ready to go.
I hope so.
All right.
Yeah.
Now,
the crowd's going to pop.
Of course. Rightly so. We were discussing it before the show.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel that they shouldn't have said anything and left it, because then there would have been speculation. Well, okay, is it Randy Orton? Is it CM Punk?
It's interesting you bring that up because there was an article that was talking about that exactly. But one of the reasons that they did announce it finally was for exactly what Matt said.
Exactly.
There was all kinds of speculation anyway that it was going to be him.
Exactly.
And to sell tickets and to improve, that's why they let it out of the bag officially.
So,
and that crowd would have been chanting for CM Punk all night if they had a Mr. Guy.
And that would have been okay. They could have done that. And they'd
will still probably
and they
chant
would have
anyway.
all looked like fools.
They would have, but then if it's not Punk.
Did you watch SmackDown last night?
Yeah.
They were chanting for Punk last night. Punk fans, one time, listen to the Chief. Punk is not coming out. He's not going to be there.
All right. So after tonight's match, what's the direction for Randy Orton? Does he start a feud with somebody that's within the War Games now? Does he start with something fresh with somebody coming back? What do you guys think?
I can see accidental Uso super kick, and that'll start something between Jay and Randy.
Ronald says he thinks Randy and Seth at Rumble.
That could
Damn! Somebody else said that.
Gee, I wonder who.
I don't know. Y'all don't listen to me, so I'll just shut the hell up.
Well, I think the first program on TV will be versus Jay. I can see a super kick. Then after the match, they're celebrating an RKO to Jay.
Well, because Jay turned sour in the corner last week when Cody was dropping the hints, and so
not during War Games. Okay, not during.
He said after.
Not during War Games. It ain't. Nothing's going to happen. Even after War Games is.
He doesn't listen either.
It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
All right, let's get into
this. No accidental super kick?
No.
Okay.
Let's get into some predictions before we get.
But I agree with you. It's going to be Randy and Jay.
Okay. Do you have a rant today?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll get to that in a moment. Let's start talking about the actual matches for tonight.
See, even wore my Survivor Series shirt.
Kickoff pre-shows at 4, I believe, Pacific, 5 p.m. Pacific for the main card. Of course, it's on Peacock. There you go. By the way, Liz is in the chat room. Just giving you a heads up. Hi, Liz.
What's up?
Should
I cut your mic off?
Yes. I wish we had one. I wish we had one on for her though. Here with anyway.
Hey, Liz, I gave birth to a Marine this morning.
Oh my God. So 5 matches.
Like you do every morning.
5 matches are currently on the docket for tonight.
Can you believe it? 5 matches for this pay-per-view. 5. That's it, folks.
How many?
WWE. 5 matches. That's it.
Well, the one thing that
Can you believe? And it's going to be, the War Games are going to be 45-minute matches. So what? 45 and 45. That's an hour and a half. You got 3. You
can give the other 3 matches time.
Are you going to tell me Santo Escobar and Dragon Lee are going to be a 50-minute match?
I thought you were going to be happy about this.
I did too. To give him time.
You can go to bed early.
Well, there was a Triple H months ago talked about
Talk to me.
wanting to cut down the amount of matches so that there's more time within the matches. 5, I think, was light. I think last pay-per-view was 6. And I think we all talked about that seemed kind of light for a card because we've been so used to 7, 8 matches in a card, including a pre-show match, which doesn't seem to be happening tonight unless something is to be announced very soon. However, go ahead.
Do you think they don't have enough storylines? That's why they only got 5 matches?
Oh, they do have plenty of storylines.
They got plenty of storylines.
And room for plenty to develop.
They just put all the
after, too.
storylines in 2 matches.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Writers strike.
If they do, if they got plenty of storylines, how come they're not on the show?
Time, like Triple H said, he wants to give more than enough time for matches to happen. And I believe the War Games, yes, it's going to. Those 2 matches are going to take up the bulk of the show. I think we're all in agreement with that.
Yes.
Plus the video packages, plus the commercials
Yes.
and all the interview
Yes.
shit. They're going to stretch this to a 3-hour show.
We
may or may not like that.
And they should.
But, the old days, back in our day, and I'll say this for us, it was match after match after match. You ran through the matches. You were out of the garden in 2 hours, except for the build-up for the next card.
Who started War Games?
That wasn't a WCW.
Dusty.
Dusty.
And you know
Crockett.
what? Go back, and I'm just going to say it this way. Go back and look at some of the War Games that were on WCW. They were 3-hour shows.
Yeah.
And they put 7 or 8 matches in there. I'm not saying they got to do better than 5 though.
Corporate sponsorship tear, all those commercials. I'm not. Listen, I'm just giving you my opinion.
Go ahead.
I think the show will be 3 hours. It's not going to be 3 hours worth of match time. That's for sure.
So what you're basically telling me is I can go probably an hour and sit in the restroom and give birth to another.
It depends
Marine.
on which match you think is your bathroom.
Well, there's only 5 matches.
Well,
To give birth, you got to get screwed.
There's only 5. Well, with this show, we are getting screwed. There's only 5 matches. So go figure.
All right. With that, I don't know. Is that your rant?
No.
I know why Chief's mad. He don't got to stay up past his bedtime to watch a wrestling show.
All right. Before we get into the matches, it's time for now the Chiefs official rant.
General quarters, all hands man your battle stations. Set material conditions Zebra throughout the ship. Make Zebra report to DC Central.
Because the chief says so. Hey, good morning, folks. It is the chief. My 3 minutes of fame is now as long as I want. Anyway,
Or until we cut the mics off.
I want to talk about a serious note today. It's called medications for people. And I want to, and this is a serious one. And I do.
This is a tease,
please,
right?
Please do not interrupt me, please. I want to give you a little scenario. You worked for the military for 27 years, and you get out of the military, and before you used to get medical coverage, but then laws were changed. Now we have to pay a certain amount until we reach age 65. When we go on Medicare, we stop paying for our insurance. We go on Medicare for Life, or TRICARE for Life, excuse me. But if you're under 65, if your spouse is under 65, you still have to pay for her insurance. So in thinking that, paying for your insurance, you would think that if you go out to a military facility, in other words, a hospital or a pharmacy on a base, that you should be able to get your medications. Well, a couple weeks ago, we put in for a medication that my wife has to use for her diabetes. And the gracious lady at the pharmacy said to us, "We're sorry, but we're out of that medicine, out of that medication." And I looked at her and I said, "Could you tell me why?" And she said, "We're out of a lot of medications." And I asked her again, I said, "Why do you think that is?" She said, "Because the budget that our gracious congressmen and senators in Washington, D.C. had not signed. So it's a continuing resolution." So here, I worked 27 years for the government, but yet can't get the medication that my wife needs. And it really pisses me off. So I'm gonna end it on this note, this one last thing, and it's going to continue this coming Thursday when I'm on the round table with the three fellas. I'm coming in Thursday to talk about it. But I want to end it on this. We called out there yesterday, talked to a very gracious lady again. Her answer to us was, "We got 6 boxes of the medication and they're gone." Her recommendation was to go out in town and go to Walgreens or CVS, or I forget what the third one was, and have the medicine transferred to one of those facilities so that my wife could get it until all this gets straightened out in Washington. And it's called a formulary, the medicines that they're on formulary. Okay, so anyway, we go out in town, we looked it up, and we shouldn't have to pay for the medication because the medications are covered at the base. All right, they're covered at the base. It's Washington screwing up. All right, so we go out in town, it's going to cost us $40 for a month's worth of medicine for my wife that we should be getting at the base.
Finish it up Thursday.
So that's it for today. I'm going to finish this up on Thursday. I'm not happy about it, but I think people need to know. So that's the Chiefs rant today. Over and out.
All right, well said, and we look forward to the rest of that story this Thursday, the roundtable, 4 to 5 p.m. right here on Facebook from the WWDB TV studios. With that, guys, we're going to take a quick break, reset, get ready to continue talking about tonight's card, although keep in mind what Chief talked about because it is something that is unfortunate within today's society. You're watching DCA. We'll be right back.
Most business owners struggle with the following issue. How do I brand my business to get noticed? Double 8 Design Studio helps businesses by designing brands that boost confidence, look and feel timeless, stand out from the competition, and attract all the right clients. Whether you are in need of a new brand, upgraded design elements, or completely redesign your current brand, Double 8 Design Studio has fully customized packages for your business. Call Chelsea McKendrick at 702-525-3334 and visit www.double8designstudio.com. Let Double 8 Design Studio give you a brand new outlook for your business.
taking a break now. Hey, welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere, WWDB TV Studios here in Las Vegas. Matt, Chief, the historian, and myself, we are now going to start talking about officially tonight's 5-card match.
So, in other words, I went this, huh?
That's all right. I corralled Jim when we
You
needed
knew
to.
what I was
I know. But we don't want to spoil the
I
whole
went-
thing.
I went
He was
this-
stretching.
Yeah.
We stretched him out as much as we could. But the rest of the story this Thursday. Okay, let's talk about. Let's start at the bottom going up. Santos Escobar versus not Carlito, but Dragon Lee. And I have mixed feelings about this. Look, Carlito has only, we talked about it, wrestled one actual match, has been on TV 2 or 3 times, including his return in Puerto Rico.
Yep.
He's been there since the beginning of the LWO back in Puerto Rico. Really, I mean, it broke a week or two before, but essentially all the shirts and everything came out. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
And Escobar gave a very passionate promo last night about how he was his mentor. He taught him everything, and he was familia and all this other stuff, as Carlito was saying the same thing. Look, Dragon Lee, the last couple of weeks, and I don't know much about his background and his history prior to WWE. He lights it up. Everybody loves what he does in the ring, and that's great. I would prefer to see it still stay as Carlito. The guy, what did WWE sign him for? Unless, I think, Thomas, you said it, this is what they signed him for. A couple of TV appearances, stoke the fire here and there, and off he goes. I, for one, would have loved to see Carlito go at it again because he really hasn't wrestled except for one match in all these months. And what's the story build between Dragon Lee and Escobar? That Rey Mysterio is both their mentors?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I think Carlito should have stayed in the match, but it is what it is. Guys, your thoughts on this?
I think they're mainly just trying to push Dragon Lee as like the next Rey Mysterio at this point.
Okay.
Because they want to sell more masks, and Dragon Lee can do now what Rey Mysterio used to be able to do in the ring.
So yeah, 30 years ago, yeah.
But I think Carlito is being kind of wasted at the moment, but it's probably storytelling, folks. And he's going to be like part of like the main part once Santo Escobar gets like his side of the LWO and Carlito's like in charge of the other side of the LWO.
In Rey's
It's going to be
absence.
like a civil war of the LWO momentarily.
Okay.
I wonder if this could be an add-on from AAA, because Santos and Dragon both wrestled down there.
Okay.
And wrestled each other down there,
Mhm.
and their families are both well known.
AAA is Conan's organization, right?
Yes, and their families are both well known down in Mexico.
Mhm.
So I wonder if, with Ray being injured now, and what you said about Carlito's contract, sort of, if this might be a build-up for what we're going to see from Santos and Dragon further down. Are we going to get more lucha from Mexico coming up?
Thomas, your thoughts?
I mean, they got me befuddled now with that.
Befuddled.
That's 3. Yeah, it's nothing. That's a cheapie.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a good match.
And I can tell you where to split the syllable in that word because I've been doing that with my kids at school. When there's
I
2
think it's-
consonants out of the same letter. Oh, sorry. I digress.
I think it's gonna be a good match. I picked the Dragon Lee though.
Okay.
I think
Predictions? You're going to take who?
Dragon.
You got Dragon also?
Santos Escobar.
I'm going to take Santos as well because I think this could be something that continues. But the buildup that they've been giving Escobar in this relatively short period of time, I don't think they can stunt the heat on that just yet. I think he's got to come out of this with a win tonight to further the split, like you guys were mentioning, if that were to happen, which I love that idea.
I think as far as like people joining the LWO, I think Humberto and Alex, was it Angel Garza,
Yeah.
getting involved,
Coming up
and
from NXT.
they end up helping Santos to win.
Yeah.
Who's the little female?
Zelina.
Zelina Vega.
I see Zelina going to do something to Santos.
I'd see that too.
Yeah, I could see her getting involved with that. Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
I could see that.
So we're split 2-2 on that one. The Intercontinental Championship, Gunther taking on The Miz. This match, in my opinion, can really go either way.
Could.
And I say that
really
not to be facetious and saying, well, one of these guys is going to win the match.
No, it could. I see it that way as well.
Right. Gunther came out a couple of weeks ago saying, roughly, he feels he's outgrown the IC belt thus far.
Yeah.
He's got the record of hold, right? He now holds it for the longest. He's, in my opinion, has brought some great distinction to the title back, which has made it relevant. We've talked about this in shows past, how the IC belt used to be the feeder into the heavyweight championship. The Miz, look, will he ever get a run again for the heavyweight championship matches at this point? I don't think so, because there's too many other stories that are building towards that trajectory right now. Giving him the IC belt back at this point, we know he's held it, what, 8 times? This would be number 9 or whatever it is.
Number 9,
and he's a great 2-time grand champion, if I'm not mistaken.
2-time Grand Slam champion, yeah.
Why not give the Miz a little thank you for all that he's done?
And they just turned him
far.
babyface.
Yeah, so
and the fans are actually behind him this time.
My feeling at this point, and I'm going to go on the wild card on this one, I think the Miz can pull it off and come out the new IC champion.
I'm with you on that one. I can see
the
Miz walking out as champion and maybe bringing back the old IC title and getting rid of this piece of crap belt that we have now.
And Gunther's henchmen, they have not been on the same page. Giovanni and Kaiser, right? They haven't been on the same page. That may hurt Gunther at some point. We already saw the Brutes break up last night, another faction that they, so who knows? And speaking of the Brutes, Sheamus's name has been popping up all over the place. When is he due to come back? So that's another variable for tonight's card in general. Maybe Raw, who knows? But I think the Miz can pull it out tonight, just to shake up the IC belt and get Gunther finally involved. Whether it's Seth's belt, whether it's going in, somehow getting into Roman's storyline after all is said and done with Cody or whatever, I can see that happening.
I definitely think that, like, the 2 months up to like Gunther being the longest reigning champion, everybody knew he wasn't going to lose it up until he was the longest reigning champion. Now it's just like a ticking time bomb.
Right.
Like, anybody can beat him at this point.
Right.
But it's who deserves to beat Gunther and who needs to go to that next level, because Gunther is like beating him at this point is like
almost beating
not
Roman.
like beating, kind of like beating Roman, but
not
almost
on this
there.
grand scale. Well, I think the perfect person that would have made sense, in my opinion, to do that a couple of months ago could have been Gable. They built him up to that story. I'll do it in front of my kids, I swear. And and then all of a sudden that story died off, and now he's almost, he's been on NXT and he's doing
a comedy guy.
Exactly. And that would have been great to see Gable get it. But you're right, Matt. I think the right person has to do it. And I think in a way, I think Miz could be for all. I mean, it's a little thank you. I mean, all of a sudden, Natalia's in the women's tag team championship match with Tegan Knox. I mean, these veterans who are doing all these extra things, maybe it's a little time for a little shine, knowing that they're on the back end of their careers. But
as much as I love the Miz, I think Gunther's still going to retain tonight, and I think Chad Gable gets him at Royal Rumble.
Okay, I'd be okay with that. Chief.
I got two things. One, in the 4-way match that Miz was in, I think Ivar got screwed over. Okay. I think the ref made a bad count, and Ivar should have won that match, in my opinion. I could see this match turning into a 3-way with Ivar coming into the match with The Miz and Gunther.
Okay.
The other one, if that doesn't happen, that could possibly happen. And God, I don't want to say this. I really don't. But some guy that likes to butcher meat could possibly show up tonight and make it a 3-way. And I'm talking about Brock Lesnar. He could possibly show up. Maybe they're going to keep him secret. Okay? And possibly get a pop, which I doubt. They'll probably get more booze if he showed up. I like Ivar better. What do I think's going to happen? There's only one person ahead of The Miz as far as holding the Intercontinental Championship. Does anybody know who it is without looking it up?
Jericho,
exactly. Okay. I'm picking Miz to win the match tonight and tie Jericho's record.
Okay.
That fatal, that fatal 4-way match. Actually, Ricochet had a concussion, and they were supposed to pin each other at the same time for another match the next week.
Yep.
But Ricochet got confused from a head injury and popped his shoulder up.
Right. Yep.
So they just went along with it.
Well, and Ricochet, you almost put Ricochet in that same category as Gable. They started building him up to go for the IC belt, and then all of a sudden, that faded away after a while. And so that could be another name, but I could see Ivar coming in. What's that? Chief
My
makes
brother's
prediction like
comment.
he's betting on red and black on roulette just to make sure that you're betting on both sides.
Who's
Nicholas?
Go to sleep.
I think Ivar can come in.
That was good, Nick.
Cost Gunther the belt.
I'm betting on green. Fuck everybody.
Anyway, I can see Ivar coming in screwing Gunther, and then Ivar thinks it would be an easier win for him to beat the Miz,
and the Miz win.
than it would be to Gunther and help the Miz get the belt. You know, I mean, who knows?
Well,
I
if
mean,
you see Ivar, then we'll see Bronson Reed.
But
because on Raw,
Bronson-
it's Bronson Reed versus Ivar on Raw.
But Bronson Reed got pinned.
Yeah,
Okay, Ivar didn't get pinned.
he did get pinned.
He did not.
No, Ricochet didn't get pinned.
No, Ivar had his shoulder up. He did not.
No, Ricochet had the shoulder up.
And so did Ivar. Go back and look at the match.
I'm gonna have to watch the
Go back and
pregame.
look. Go back and
yeah,
look.
The Miz pinned Bronson and Ivar pinned Ricochet, but Ricochet kicked out.
Exactly. And the shoulders come up. What's the score? 7-0?
Yeah, Scott's happy.
so Matt takes Gunther. The rest of us are picking the Miz to win. All right.
That's okay.
Women's World Championship match.
Wait. Hey, Ronald, where's your picks at?
He's been putting him in there. He picked Gunther. He's picked Escobar.
Oh,
He's
okay.
putting him
I'll
in there.
just check.
Write him down cleanly. Go slow.
He does. I can read his handwriting.
The guy with the worst chicken scratch on the planet is not allowed to be talking about people's
His
handwriting,
handwriting is
sir.
way better than yours.
By the
buddy.
way, on Full Gear, did you see the
Talk
picture
to me.
of the results from last week?
Yeah.
Full Gear. What was that?
7-1, folks.
AEW.
Full Gear.
AEW
That was
last week.
AEW show.
Thomas's handwriting is so bad it even looks horrible on a computer.
Hey, folks, you know why he went 7-1? Huh? He paid Ronald off to change the sheet. That's why he went 7-1.
Go back to last week's
Yeah.
show and compare it.
He had
You'll see.
insider trading.
Women's World Championship
Talk to
match.
me.
Rhea Ripley taking on Zoe Stark.
This is a wild card.
Okay.
This is a wild card match of the show. Rhea has not paid any attention to Zoe. She's been more worried about Judgment Day business than Zoe.
Okay.
This could be Zoe's opportunity to break out and beat Rhea.
So you're picking Zoe.
I'm picking Zoe.
Okay. Anybody else? Who's next?
I would love Zoe to win the belt, but I don't think it's her time yet. I think Rhea retains.
Okay. I agree with you. I think Ripley retains.
So do I.
Okay. I think when Ripley loses the belt, I think it's going to be at WrestleMania somehow, some way, because that's a much bigger show. She's as big a character on Raw right now as anybody.
I mean, if she retains, she won't lose it till WrestleMania to Becky.
Well, that's okay.
Because they're keeping Becky and Rhea apart.
But what I'm saying is, I think the WrestleMania stage is the biggest.
It is,
And
yes.
for her to lose the belt would befit her reign and who she is in the establishment.
Who
Facts.
As far as female wrestlers, what female wrestlers are injured now that will be coming back in the future?
Liv Morgan, and she was the last one to pin Rhea Ripley, too.
Is there anybody else?
Alexa won't be back till sometime after WrestleMania, after giving birth.
Okay.
Carmella just gave birth.
She ain't coming back anytime
DeVille's
soon.
knee.
Sonya
she's
Deville's
months
like
away.
6 months out.
Yeah, so there really isn't anybody on the
Yeah,
horizon.
Dakota's out for a while still as well.
How about what's her name, Raquel?
Well, she's not injured, but
No, I'm saying, but she hasn't been on TV in a bit.
yes, she has. She just lost.
Was she on?
She just lost tonight on Raw.
She lost to Nia Monday night.
Okay.
The dumbest babyface ever.
Well,
The one that poses her back with no actual back muscles. It's amazing.
here's but what does that say though for her losing to Jax? I mean that's not a good sign for her
No.
if she's losing to Nia Jax.
See,
That just shows you anyone that gets set on by that fat ass is getting down for 30.
See, everybody's saying that it's going to be Becky and Rhea at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
I think
If you say something about Nia versus
I think
Rhea, you're
I
fired.
think it's going to be Rhea and Nia
Trivia.
Fired.
at WrestleMania.
We would like to wish Chief the best in his future endeavors.
That's what I think.
Ronda believes Becky wins the Royal Rumble to take on Rhea at WrestleMania.
I know we're jumping ahead.
I don't even want to see Nia
No.
Jackson in a WrestleMania
No, no.
commercial, nonetheless,
But
WrestleMania.
But here's what I want to see. I want to see Rhea and Nia in the match at WrestleMania, and then I want to see Rhea rip her a new asshole. And
It'd be a hole in one.
that's exactly right. And it would fall off the side of the ring. And
oh my God,
She's so big it'd fall off both sides of the ring.
well, that's okay. It would be like
What about the other two sides?
It would be
Just
like
round. Four sides of the ring.
It would be like London Bridge. But anyway,
Oh
no, I that's what I want to see, and I want to see Rhea pick her up and dump her, because nobody's really done that. You know,
You did some dumping earlier.
Raquel tried, and her back.
Oh yeah, they're freaking dumbass. But that's fucking dumb.
You know, she
You got a bad back.
Okay, she couldn't. Well, supposedly she's got.
Well, I know, but in storyline, like in the match, you have
Yeah,
a bad back,
yeah.
and you're trying to still
But-
pick up this big woman like a dumbass.
But I want to see Rhea do it, and
Rhea
and
definitely
I
do
think
it.
we're all in agreement she can do it.
Oh yeah.
She
Okay.
can do it. I just don't want to see her do it at WrestleMania.
So they were talking about.
She can do it on like Raw next
You know
week.
what?
That'd be
Yeah.
fun.
You know what? We didn't talk. Are we done? No, we still
we
got
should
two
have
matches.
But we're talking about really quick who could beat Rhea. Who may want to see beat Rhea at WrestleMania? Jade. Jade comes in and wins the Rumble.
No, God, no.
That's what Bully said. Bully on our
I don't give
20 million
a
favorite show.
I don't give a shit what Bully says.
All right, I'm going to leave the last two matches for after the break because we're almost up against it, and I don't want to cut it short. But I want to quickly jump down to the WWE report. WWE released a Black Friday code for 30% off select tickets for the Las Vegas house show. Matches announced so far: Rollins versus Drew, Shinsuke Nakamura. That's a triple threat. Cody Rhodes versus Dirty Dom in a last man standing match. LA Knight versus Jimmy Uso in a steel cage match. Also, Charlotte versus Bianca versus Io Sky. So, what were regular tickets before the sale? Did you notice what face value tickets were they're selling them for?
$70, $80 for
Okay.
like pretty close.
And they're select tickets.
85.
So if they're select,
It was all the tickets except for like the VIP tickets around the ring.
That's what I figured. You know they weren't going to be floor
I know.
seats.
I
so-
saw tickets.
No, they got floor seats. It's
For the
just like
30% off?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I saw tickets for $38. I think. That's what I
You probably then have to serve yourself at the hot dog stand for that for those prices off the top down.
I'm a ticket snob, honestly, so it's floor or nothing.
You know, I mean, I don't know.
And that's December 30th, right?
29.
I have the same problem with tequila.
at the MGM Grand Garden Arena.
So check it out. You can go on to www.com, and the tickets I'm sure are there. Check out.
AXS.com is where you get those tickets.
Oh, AXS. Okay, AXS.com. 30% off. It was just for Black Friday, or they over the weekend.
But if you know somebody that knows somebody, you never know.
And then if you don't know what you don't know, you don't know.
Who knew?
Who knew? Life could be that simple.
That was pretty good.
Oh my
It
God.
would help if those people answered like direct messages.
It's
Well, he wished me a happy Thanksgiving.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Well, that's very nice.
Mhm.
All right. John Cena had an arm surgery shortly after his match to Solo, and then he had a second surgery on his arm, on his other arm. Many are talking about the possibility that these surgeries may have possibly ended his in-ring career. I don't know what kind of surgeries. Nothing's come out. There was a picture of him in the hospital with the doctor that they, for whatever procedure it was. But I haven't read or seen anything as to what kind of surgery it was, that it could be that threatening to his career. Have you guys seen anything about that?
I think he's done it anyway. If he's having 2 surgeries after this run, and he's got all these Hollywood commitments, he's not going to wrestle again. He's not going to put his Hollywood commitments in jeopardy to do this anymore.
Yeah. And a lot of wrestlers put like injuries on hold just to like not get off the road and stuff.
Right.
And if they start doing the kind of surgeries, it'll like actually heal themselves up. Plus, Cena's a busy man in Hollywood. It's gonna be a long. He ain't gonna come back probably until his Hall of Fame, or unless there's like a Raw 2000 or
for a reunion. Yes.
Maybe rotator cuff.
Well,
They
that would
wanted
be
the
more the
shoulder.
shoulder they would have said. This they keep talking about his arm, not his shoulder.
Could be elbow, bicep, tricep.
And I remember that one time he wrestled with that knot in his elbow.
Yeah.
They showed that on TV.
Send him down to John. You got the money. Go see Dr. Andrews.
I think he that's who he went to.
He was down
that's
there.
where he was.
Yeah. So
Okay.
hopefully
He was
whatever
at
it
the
is
Andrews
was maybe
Medicine Complex.
That's the right place to go.
Absolutely.
Hey, I want to take notice. My black and blue's almost gone.
Oh, good.
There you go.
Nice.
Two quick notes before we go to break.
Almost.
Liv Morgan, we mentioned her a few minutes ago about somebody coming back. She was spotted in the Chicago area. She was there doing all of their ambassador work with a couple other individuals going around town and doing their thing. Could we see a return this weekend? Possibly.
I see her returning on Raw, if anything.
Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
not Survivor Series.
Yeah, not Survivor Series.
They're not going to do anything to take like the shine off Randy Orton.
Yeah, I agree with that. And lastly, Endeavor posts open WWE job positions, even with threats of more upcoming cuts. So they just may be looking for people to do the same
Hire
jobs that
me.
are being filled right now
Hire
for
me.
less money. I know
Put it in the
at
app.
least 4 guys sitting here that would love to at least get a phone call. Anyway, so that will end our first hour. We come back, we'll talk about the last 2 remaining. They're not going to be able to see that.
The dark match, one of the dark matches last night in Chicago. Everybody keeps asking me, is he wrestling? What's he doing? Well, there's picture proof right there. Mr. Karrion Kross carrying Scarlett from the ring. Scarlett in her hometown last night of Chicago, Illinois.
And as you eye that picture, we're going to finally go to break so we can get our second hour started. You're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Jeff Bearden, the Giant Warrior. Join me on Saturday mornings to listen to the best wrestling podcast on the internet, Thoughts Count Anywhere. Tune in to WWDB TV to be able to catch this wonderful show and stuff. I know I'll be here every Saturday to watch myself.
Well, hello, good people of planet Earth. Is this thing on? Hello. I can't see you out there in TV land, so I'm going to rely upon the honesty of the internet that I know you're on the other side of this mirror. And me, your warlord of weird, Sin Bodhi, is hoping that if you want to stumble upon the greatest form of internet entertainment of all time, even though the internet's only been around for about 23 minutes, I would like you to watch WWTBTV.com. It is amazing. It is awesome. They'll teach you the meaning of life. They'll teach you all sorts of cool stuff, how to turn peanut butter into jelly, and so many other things. And if you're going to watch, do it with styles. Do I look like I'm clowning around? Is this thing on?
Joe Yamamoto.
Tojo Yamamoto.
Pro Jam?
Are we back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi, we're back. Welcome back to hour number 2. We're just having a conversation
That's a
over here.
3, 2, 1 meeting.
I didn't hear it. Chief had me looking at something over
Damn,
there.
there's some hubcaps there. Holy Hannah.
He gave you the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 in Braille and didn't realize.
Welcome back to TCA. Hour number 2 is now underway. We're going to continue our conversation about Survivor Series tonight with the 2 major matches, the War Game matches. Let's first get into the ladies' War Games. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair, Becky Lynch, and Shotzi taking on Damage Control. If you watched SmackDown last night, people questioned last week when Becky came out as the latest and final member of that team. And apparently last night in a tag match, Charlotte speared Asuka, if I'm not mistaken, into Becky.
Yeah.
And that, of course, caused Becky to raise her Irish temper, bigara, and go at it with Charlotte, who we know it's not public, that have not had the best relationship over the last number of years. So what's your predictions for tonight's War Games match? Who'd like to
Damage
start?
Control win. I mean, Team Bianca wins and then sets up the Bailey split from Damage Control.
Okay.
Who,
I think Team Becky wins solely because Damage Control got the upper hand on SmackDown.
Okay.
well, you said Team Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
You said Team Becky. I'm going to say Team Shotzi wins. There. How you like that?
All right. You know what? You're going to make me do it.
How you like
I'll
that?
call it Team Flair. Well, I'm going to call it Team Flair / Lynch. Because after all, they're going to be the two main people that the cameras and everybody's going to keep their eyes on throughout this match.
I disagree. I think they're gonna have it on. Shotzi got something to prove to you.
Oh, I'm not disagreeing that Shotzi.
They cut her hair. She's got something.
That's
to prove.
true.
She got something to prove to
It'd
these
be great
women.
if Shotzi got the pin on Bailey, but I think it's gonna be Becky with a manhandle slam after miscommunication and damage controls and Bailey.
Bottom line is, all of us
I'm also
are.
thinking Shotzi's gonna kick the match off.
All of us are taking. Who are they again?
Yeah.
Oh, my thing. Oh, Damage Control to lose. That's the thing. We're all taking, regardless of who we're picking. We're picking Damage Control to lose.
We're picking the babyface team, so it matters.
Did anyone tell you
Yeah, I saw that.
that Eva Marie might be
Coming
on
back.
the way? No,
There was an article that came out. I saw. I think it was yesterday, maybe the day before.
she got some hubcaps too. Yeah, buddy.
She's got a nice pair of them.
Yeah, chrome,
Ronald's picking Team Becky to win.
chrome plated.
Yeah, there was an article that came out that perhaps Eva Marie may be working her way back to WWE.
She'd be more over than Shotzi already.
She would be. That's true.
That's very true.
Unfortunately, there's like 8 people in the ring. Shotzi on the totem pole is number 8.
Yeah,
Actually, she'd be number 9 because Dakota Kai would be at ringside.
she would.
That's
Yeah.
true. She might be at ringside anyway. Not that she can help in the match.
She won't be
inside the cage,
ringside.
but she's been traveling with them.
Oh yeah, she can
making
travel. She
appearances.
won't be ringside.
You don't think so?
Mm-mm.
Just to watch from the outside,
Who?
with her team on.
So, well, she might come out
Oh,
and he'll get
Dakota.
weapons in the ring. I think she'll
Dakota.
probably help put the weapons in the
Yeah,
ring.
get
but-
a
She's the
candlestick
one.
through the.
She's got
the
the
brace.
bum knee, right?
Yes, sir.
With the brace.
Yes, sir.
She's going to be at ringside.
That's
She
what
might.
I'm. That's
She's
what I'm
gonna,
saying.
she's going to be at ringside.
I think so.
And she's going to screw Bailey over.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
And then the 3 Japanese women are going to beat the shit out of Bailey.
there you go.
And
And
Dakota becomes
did
the
you
leader
hear
like
me
a
say
ball.
that, folks? I'm sorry. I wasn't looking at the mic.
They picked you up on
You
mine.
want
Don't worry.
you want
Okay.
looking at the mic? Me looking at the camera?
I think Asuka and Kyrie might actually turn on Damage Control.
Asuka and Kyrie.
You think
The Rookie
so?
Warriors.
Hmm.
I
What
don't think
about
so.
the other one?
Io?
Io.
No.
Well, she's the champion.
No, she's like in Damage Control. Those two just joined.
I think it's going to be Io and
Dakota?
no, Io and
Kyrie.
Kyrie and
Asuka?
Asuka. They're and then they're going to keep the girl with the knee
Dakota.
brace, and Bailey's out of there. They're going to excommunicate Bailey.
Yeah, that's the story.
Excommunicate. That's a good one. That was a good one.
It's a good one.
Damn right. I'm getting there.
All right. Bottom line is, we think Damage Control is going to lose their match some way, somehow, and maybe getting rid of Bailey, or maybe, if, like you said, if she takes the pin, that could start the whole thing. They throw her out of the ring, blah 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 blah, and they cost everything. Okay. Oh, he said we heard you and he agrees with you.
Let me.
Ronald said that.
Okay. Let me go a little farther though.
Okay.
If Bailey
Is that's communication.
has no body,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
I
is she going to stay the heel?
That's what I said before the show went on.
That's what we're talking about now.
She sure as heck with the girls on the other side.
Nope.
They're not going to want her.
Nope.
Okay. Damage Control ain't going to want her.
Nope.
She becomes a sympathetic figure and goes after everybody in Damage Control one-on-one.
With kendo sticks.
But
If
no
Dakota
one's-
Kai doesn't stick with Damage Control, she may stay with Bailey.
No, she's not sticking with. She's sticking with Damage Control. She's
You
not
think so?
going- Yeah. She's not turning on them. No, they're getting rid of Bailey.
How about
No, I'm not. I didn't say that.
how about Nikki Cross and Bailey?
That would mean Nikki Cross is coming out of a trance.
Yeah, I was gonna say her character right now, Cross. That I don't know if I see that mesh working.
Maybe Bailey brings her out of it and then can put her back into it after the match.
Oh, kind of like the way they did with Luke Gallows back in the day. What?
Yeah.
Asbestos.
The ring bell.
Asbestos.
Yeah. Hey,
Who knows?
That wouldn't be bad. I mean, that'd be interesting.
A good
Yeah.
storylines.
Yeah.
Who knows?
We'll see.
Who knows?
All right, let's get into it. Let's get into the men's side where there's a lot of sidebar possibilities in this match for sure. Rhodes, Zayn, Uso, Rollins, and the Viper, Judgment Day, plus the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. There's so much. There's so much. Listen, this match, I don't even want to predict a winner because there's so much crap that could go on here to turn the tide.
Yeah.
6 ways come Sunday that I could see a huge. What's the over/under on false finishes in this match? I mean, that's a number we should be
that'd be
talking
like
about.
15.
I mean,
I don't think we have that many false finishes done in War Games.
What are the chances we get a Money in the Bank cash in at War Games?
Rand-
Both in the ring.
That's what I was thinking earlier.
Randy for the win.
yeah, but there's no belts in there.
Randy,
Oh, the tag title.
Randy for the win.
No, he's saying money.
No.
He's saying Priest.
Seth Rollins and Damian Priest are in the same match.
Oh yeah. That's right. Yeah, I forgot
Seth
about
to go
Rollins.
through a table and Priest can cash in.
Boy, see now that shit, and then that could be the ouster of Priest, even though because his for a while he was talking about being excommunicated.
They weren't
but now
excommunicated
he's
from winning the
tag champs
title.
again, and I don't know.
If he wins the title, why was they excommunicated
No,
from the group?
I'm just throwing it out there. They can't because he's
We're
got half the
just
tag
talking.
time. He's got half the tag belts.
I'm trying to make sense.
Oh no, why was Bruno Sammartino champion for so goddamn long?
Because he was that damn good.
He was styling and profiling before styling and profiling. Anybody had any idea what the fuck that was?
He
Anyway,
filled MSG when there was literally nothing else to do.
well, he filled it. That's the thing. Anyway, no. But if we take Seth's
Talk to
belt away for a second,
Yeah.
before they
Take
recaptured the belts,
take
the
Seth's
tag
belt.
belts,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
How often did we hear that Damian Priest could be on the way out of Damage Control?
Oh, a lot.
Right
Every
now,
week.
they win the tag belts back, so they can't be a split there. I know that.
Well, they can.
Well, they can, but
Yeah,
then what's your storyline with the
JJ's
tag belts? Will Finn be able to put his mind at ease to be able to work with Damian if he's ousted, or vice versa? There was even talk maybe Finn was going to be the one very briefly that could be going. Who knows? If they've got the tag belts, which reduces the chances of Damian, I think, obviously being now. I love the idea of a cash in tonight, some way, somehow, with Seth in there. We know his back injury, we know all of that stuff. I love that possibility. That means, in my opinion, it would cement him obviously staying with Judgment Day, in my opinion.
Yeah.
The only piece of gold they're missing is one, if I'm not, two, Intercontinental and, of course, Roman's belt. They got a lot of gold around their waist in that faction. Imagine adding Seth's to it if he cashes in
Well,
tonight.
they have one gold and 4 pieces of silver.
What, you know what I mean. Shut up. Who invited you today? What are you looking at me for?
What the hell are you talking about?
They understood me. Which, well, maybe again, wait a minute, maybe I ought to rethink this.
We're talking about this match here.
I
Yes,
know.
and then we started talking about
Cody Rhodes, Sami Zayn, Jey Uso, Seth Rollins, and Randy Orton against Judgment Day.
What if
Nothing
Matt's
slips by Chief.
question was, what if during that match somehow, some way, he's still gonna have the briefcase with him?
talking
Why
about
can't he
Priest.
cash in the briefcase during that match on Seth?
Not during War Games.
Why?
No. Ain't going to happen. No.
Why? Just tell me your philosophy.
For
Why?
one thing, there's no referee inside War Games.
Yeah, there is.
The referees are on the outside.
They're inside.
There's
No.
a better
They're
chance
inside because they're counting pins.
of a cash in than what'd you say earlier? Randy Orton beating Cody
Tony
Rhodes
Khan.
beating Randy Orton for the WWE Championship.
And Randy turning
Who
on
said
Cody
that?
tonight.
That shit ain't happening.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Let's go back to the videotape.
Yeah,
Warren Wolf
let's
used to say.
Replay. Roll it back.
The progressive video replay.
But I want to
Well,
understand.
in the Royal Rumble, I don't think
Who
Roman
the-
should have the belt.
Who's
and I
winning?
think that
Who's winning the match? That's what you put on the sheet.
And we haven't gotten.
I'm
to that.
just following the damn run sheet here.
You- finally?
And
Now you're finally following
I'm
the
getting-
run sheet.
And now I'm getting shit
Hold on,
for
hold on.
it. What the hell's going on here?
let me check Wikipedia for 10 minutes. Hold on.
Who are we betting on?
We haven't gotten to that prediction
I
because
said-
we're talking about the match.
Dave
I
Meltzer says
said-
on the run sheet.
I said 5 minutes ago, Orton for the win.
Yeah, you did.
Well,
that was your prediction.
Did you mark it down?
Not yet.
Hell no.
Not yet.
Well, then let's get on with the match. Who the hell's going to win it?
Well, you gave your prediction.
Well,
We're
give
still
yours.
talking about our question about the.
I like how we said long form talk about stuff, and he's like, "Hurry up! I want your prediction now.
What the
I want your
hell?
prediction now."
Let's go.
Oh my God! I just got a.
Falcon's
I don't
calling
care if you got a damn
You're not
message.
hurry
it's
to get
about
on.
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. You got to survive. You
An
got
article just came through, believe it or not, regarding Carlito.
Is he trying to rush to give birth to a little
I just got
Marine
a
or
news
something?
article that says Carlito's not going to be in the match. It just
What
came
the
through.
hell kind of?
It's- what can I
Hey,
say?
folks, there you go.
What?
You see, the dirt sheets. He follows the.
That
dirt
actually came
sheets.
from a
I like how we talk shit about the dirt
The
sheets.
dirt sheets.
But then he checks the dirt sheets 90 times during the show.
No, I checked
10 minutes after we already talked about what we talked about.
Wikipedia.
That's even worse.
Did they have Wikipedia back in your day? They had Stonepedia, I think. I don't know about Wikipedia. No, but seriously, I do want to ask you.
Talk to me.
I get your prediction, and that's great. Why do you think the possibility of Damian not cashing in or cashing in is not going to happen tonight? Because you got the two people that in the same match where they can both be brutally beat.
Totally agree with you.
Yeah, so tell me why you think that won't happen.
Because
Dusty created it.
WWE's going to save those type of matches
Okay.
for other big shows to where they're going to draw the people in.
Yeah, but cash-ins are unpredictable, right?
I yes.
Mm-hmm. So,
but
and Survivor's one of the main four, isn't it?
Yeah.
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 But look, after the match, they're trapped in 2 cages with weapons.
Let's put it this way.
Well, there you go.
Wait. Let me put it this way. If it's one of the main 4, why are they only got 5 matches?
Well, we've discussed that. We discussed that.
I'm just bringing.
It's going to take. It's. I understand what you're saying.
Hold! Shut up! I'm just bringing it up
Tell me how to
again.
live my life.
If it's that important of a show, why only 5
Okay,
matches?
so maybe there
Why?
will be, maybe there'll be a 6th one this
Maybe
way.
there'll be a 7th one.
Could be, but the 6th one being after the War Games match is over and Orton gets his hand raised to winning for his team. The next match is Damian Priest cashes in to go after Seth. After
If
the
there was
match.
only
No,
5 matches
you know
and
what?
Damian Priest cashes in inside of a double cage, what's everybody going to talk about at the end of the night?
Somebody,
5 matches or Damian Priest winning the World Heavyweight Championship?
Somebody said that everybody was
You don't
gonna
remember
get
what said 10 minutes
RKO'd
ago.
by Randy Orton
Mhm.
earlier in the show.
Yes, he did.
Well, I think that's what's going to happen,
Okay.
and there ain't going to be no cash.
That's fine. Okay.
I was just saying it as a possibility.
Oh, I was just saying it was possible. This the bullshit. You said it. Rewind it. Showing me said it. That's it. The end of Bruno's the greatest. Don't worry about it.
It said it on Wikipedia, so it must be true.
Especially
So
if
there
it's
you
written
are.
by Abraham Lincoln.
Exactly.
He was the author. It's gotta be true.
Exactly. Or Thomas Jefferson.
Oh, Thomas Jefferson.
I think the Porcelain Bowl wants to hear
yeah.
about Cody versus Randy.
You better go sit in there then.
All right,
It's
so we have
just
Chiefs.
things
You're up next.
Wow.
So we have Chiefs prediction.
Yeah, I
Want my
gave
prediction?
it. I gave
I know
it
you
10
did, but
minutes
we kept
ago.
talking.
Well,
Finally.
I don't care.
Usually you're last.
You can say, "Oh, I'm not. I don't know who's going to win it," and I'll accept that.
I don't know who's going to win.
I
So I'll
don't-
make a prediction.
I really don't either, but I'm taking Orton.
You know what? I'm taking the good guys in this one as well. I don't know who's going to do it. I just think with Orton coming back tonight, the shine is too big for his team to lose.
You know what? All serious though, I just don't want to. I hope that Randy is
I know this
It's
match,
Randy.
This match kills
is
me with this
cleared,
time.
is really cleared and really healthy to wrestle in this.
I don't think.
Because it is a nasty match.
Mhm.
Okay, it's brutal. I hope, and knowing Randy, knowing what we've seen as Randy as a professional, he's going to give it his all.
Oh yeah.
He ain't going to hold back.
No.
All right.
I have another what if scenario, but I'll wait till everybody else predicts.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, what
Was
if?
it listed on Wikipedia?
Go ahead.
No, it's listed up here. What if Randy, something happens with Randy before the match? Maybe all of a sudden he doesn't get medically cleared a storyline. Okay. He's pulled from the match initially.
Uh-huh.
If that were to happen, maybe LA Knight gets plugged in because that was another name people thought might be part of the team.
Why is go ahead.
But then Randy comes down to the ring at some point
Thank you, Ronald.
to help his team win the War Games. We've seen Carlito. Yeah, we've seen that match be changed. So maybe with Randy Orton, something rickety wick surprise and swerves. He still gets involved, but maybe something happens before the match. I don't know. He's attacked. LA Knight comes in, and then Orton comes down towards the end of the match, and he helps Cody's team win. I don't know.
As popular as LA Knight is right now,
Mhm.
if he was to take Randy Orton's spot, I think the fans start turning on LA Knight. I think that'd be a horrible
Well, not that he
thing
would
to
automatically
do.
take it. Cody might ask him to come in. Adam Pearce might, he wouldn't just step in to say, "I'll take a spot," like Piper Niven did to become a women's tag champ, right? But I'm just, again, there's so many things possible. These 10 or these 8, 10, whatever, how many are in there. The storylines are so intertwined with possibilities.
Let me ask an honest one. Solo Sikoa, Jimmy Uso, LA Knight. You don't see him on the show tonight. As what we've got so far, they're not on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Why? Why I don't know, but in my opinion, I'm okay with taking a show off and not hearing a Bloodline storyline. You know what I'm saying?
But the point I'm making, the point I'm making
Mhm.
is 3 of your biggest stars.
Mhm.
Calling Jimmy
That
Uso
we-
biggest star is
that-
kind of pushing it.
That we know
They're pushing him like
that we know
Because
are
of the
not
storyline, sure.
are not on the show tonight.
Yeah,
There's something's got to happen. There's something going to happen.
Maybe they come out at the end somehow and they pummel somebody.
Well,
in
Solo's
the
only
match,
been
but-
seen once since he beat Cena Crown Jewel.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm actually okay with having a pay-per-view off from a Bloodline storyline, to be honest.
Oh,
with you.
no,
To
no,
let it
no,
breathe
But
a
we're
little
not
bit.
getting that.
No.
We're not getting that though.
No, I'm
'Cause
saying.
but we have a Bloodline storyline in the show.
What, because
in the
of
main
Jay?
event? Yeah, because Jay and Orton.
When I'm talking Bloodline, I mean like
No,
the,
you
the
mean
full
all-
participants
yeah,
of the
no,
Bloodline
you mean Roman
faction.
and everybody.
I think we see
even if
Jimmy.
it was Jimmy and
Hey,
Solo and Paul, that's Bloodline.
Where's my boy Paul Heyman?
That's what I
He
just
ain't
said.
mentioned.
Yeah.
He ain't mentioned.
No.
So to me, and I mean this respectfully, something's going to happen where
I mean,
there's going to be more than 5 matches.
I mean, they could have Solo versus LA Knight tonight.
But I think matches like that, which are high quality matches, they really need to be announced ahead of time. I don't think a match like that you could surprise add unless they somehow
something
get
happens
embroiled and
backstage.
crap backstage, right? And set it up somewhere.
Or maybe they run down here to the cage,
Mhm.
but they can't get in the cage.
Mhm.
And then the 2 of them start battling. They get it broken up. And then who do they wrestle? They wrestle for not Pierce. They wrestle for
Aldis.
Aldis sets a match for LA versus whoever.
Yeah.
Or LA and KO versus whoever.
I think these War Games matches are going to be so good that there's not going to be no talk tomorrow of, oh my God, there was only 5 matches. It's going to be a talk of, oh my God, did you see Orton do that?
Yeah.
Did you see Cody do that?
You see
Oh my
Jake
God,
getting
this
up the
happened.
Which falls in line with Triple H's formula of wanting less pay-per-views.
You mean less matches?
Less matches time-wise and be able to have these
Less
stories.
equals more.
Yeah, exactly. All right.
It'll be interesting to see.
We're going to step aside for our break. Don't go anywhere. More to come right after this.
Oh, yeah.
How unique.
It's gorgeous.
You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery. I've gotta have it.
So colorful.
I can't live without it. You'll find the art that speaks to your heart at Desert Valley Gallery.
D'Lo Brown. If you want to be part of one of the greatest podcasts on the world, Thoughts Count Anywhere, every Saturday, 9 to 11 Pacific. Now recognize that. Hey, everybody, Aaron Philson. I'm standing with Anthony Miller. Hey, I have a quick question for you. What's the name of your favorite wrestling show? Thoughts Count Anywhere. What a convenience. Saturday, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific. If this guy watches it, better watch it also on Facebook. This is your Warlord of Weird Sinbodi, and you are watching Thoughts Count Anywhere right here on Facebook, Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. till 11 a.m. Pacific Coast time. Stay tuned. Do I look like I'm clowning around? Buddy, I'm Aaron Phillips, and I am with the legend, Sabu. And Sabu, you were telling me earlier about a special wrestling show that you really like, and that is what? Thoughts Count Anywhere, that's a coincidence. The same show that runs Saturdays, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific, right here on Facebook. You better listen to the man to watch.
Aloha, this is April Hom, the Royal Hawaiian from Glow, and you're watching Thoughts Count Anywhere.
Hey, welcome back to Thoughts Count Anywhere, coming to you live from the WWDB TV studios in Las Vegas. Nicholas puts in the chat room during the break, oh my God, Sasha showed up to help Bailey tonight during the match. She's still a free agent, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
She's recovering from an ankle injury, but,
But that would
who
mean
knows?
they kick out Billy tonight and beat her up after the match. So I don't think they're gonna beat her. I don't think they're gonna discharge her tonight from the group. They'll do that on SmackDown Friday.
But there's only 5 matches. They have to do something to fill the show.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, commercials for the non-Peacock premium people.
Well, listen, about a match
Don't
like
watch
this,
commercials.
anything can happen. By the way, during the commercial break, I did get a message that apparently towards the end of the show, we have some videos or something that have come in we need to show.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll show those in a little bit.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Depends on how I'm feeling.
Well, yeah, exactly. John has to render them, and hopefully he can get them ready for us before we go off the air. All right, so that's our. Did we finish our predictions? We did. We got to get your predictions, fellas. I didn't get yours
No,
for
I
the
didn't.
match last night, so you guys give me your thoughts on the men's match in terms of winning.
Team Cody. There's no Orton or RKO McDonough for the pin.
Okay.
I definitely go Team Cody, Randy Orton, because there's no way Randy Orton's going to come back after this long and lose.
Okay. Makes
By the
sense.
time Judgment Day gets their judgment.
Yeah, they get to come up and.
So once again, we were all predicting that the Judgment Day and Drew McIntyre will not win tonight. It's kind of interesting. We're talking about Judgment Day, but we're forgetting about Drew McIntyre in here. We're throwing his name out there. Yes, he's part of the team, but it almost seems like, regardless of what they're showing between him and Rhea Ripley and handshakes and agreements and help and yada, 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 it just seems to me that Drew is almost like a third wheel in this match. You
Yeah.
have the boyfriend and the girlfriend. They always invite the third person to go out with them. It just seems to me that Drew's not really being talked a whole lot about in this match. Yeah, he's part of it. Agreement with Rhea Ripley helped, but I don't know.
Well, he's only in there for Jay. He wants Jay.
I understand
That's
that.
the only reason why he's part of Judgment Day for this match, because he wants Jay in a cage to extract revenge for Jay costing him at Clash of the Castle last year.
Okay. All right.
And that's what they said on TV. Drew said that himself. Rhea Ripley was the only one that could promise me Jay in a cage. That's why I shook her hand, and that's why I'm helping Judgment Day, because I want Jay in a cage.
All right. Well, there you go.
See, I think after it's all said and done, Rhea and Drew
part ways.
Or no,
Oh.
they're gonna go on their own away from Judgment Day.
What does that do with Dirty Dom?
Who cares?
Who's your man?
Who cares? Drew will drop him on his head.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. It was interesting. I read an article this morning that Rhea did an interview, and she was asked about having the on TV relationship with Dom, yet the world knows she's engaged to what's his name,
Buddy
Matthews. So I like what she said. She says everybody knows on TV I'm an animal and I rule everything, but at home I'm a whole different Rhea that people don't get to see, and I'm in love with Buddy and etc. And Buddy knows it's just TV here, but life over here. So I thought it was interesting. Whenever you have those dynamics of real life couples, that one is not part of the organization and one gets involved in a romantic relationship apparently, and you have the real person, you gotta wonder what's going through everybody's mind with that stuff.
I was
Twitter wrestling fans say the
I was
silliest
at
shit.
I know.
A wrestling event out here.
Okay.
And I happened to run into Rhea and saw her. And I asked her if she could sign an autograph for me.
Mm-hmm.
And she graciously said, I would love to, but if I got caught doing that at this event, I would probably get in a lot of trouble.
Okay. So it was a non-WWE event?
I'm not going to say one way or the
Okay,
other.
I'm just curious.
Because I don't want to get her in trouble.
Well, I remember you've talked about this before in the show about it, so remember that.
Anyway,
Zelina Vega was at the same one.
I I respect her,
Mhm.
and I totally agree with what you're saying. That We don't realize it at times.
Oh, I mean, look at it when they were on the same TV show when it was Lashley, Lana, and Miro.
Rusev, yeah.
Right, Rusev, and they were still all on WWE before Rusev got cut with Lana.
Yeah.
I mean, just seeing that happen in front of you in the same company, you know, I mean, that's tough enough.
Yep.
Yet when you're not on the same show and you're thousands of miles away having to deal with all of this, to me, that can get a little dicier. But
Well,
obviously-
Rhea and Dom don't do anything romantically anyway.
No, I know that, but the storyline innuendo
Yeah.
is out there, you know.
I think I'm going to go to the casino and put Double or Nothing on the Knights tonight.
Speaking of the Knights, I digress. But who developed
What are the
that? I mean,
odds now?
well, we're locked in at 800, aren't we?
1,000 to 1.
Oh, we got it at 1,000. Okay, we got 1,000 to 1.
Yeah!
Which means we get $1.50 at the end. Anyway, the pictures Scott sent, those jerseys that were the new jerseys that have come out for the Knights.
That's
Very
just for
bland.
the Winter Classic, though, right?
Yeah, it's just the Winter Classic.
I don't care what it is. They could have done something a
Oh
lot
yeah,
better.
like I said, the China 5 could have done better.
Oh my God, terribly done there, Mr. Owner. Holy cow! But anyway, I digress. All right,
He should have contacted the other Foley, the more artistic Foley.
should have given up Mick Foley. He'd have done a better
That's
job.
what I said, the other Foley.
Right. Full Gear results. What I want to do with this one, fellas, to save us a little time, let's go around the Full Gear results, and you guys pick a match that you guys want to talk about.
Texas Death Match.
Go for it. Go for
Texas
it.
Death Match.
Go.
Okay,
You
That's
got
what we're
it.
talking about.
All right, let's go.
That shit was crazy.
Yes, it was crazy. And Hangman is a fucking idiot.
Hangman was drinking freaking
You went
Strickland's
under him,
blood.
right? And I read yesterday again another article within TV World that may hurt AEW with TV contracts because of that exact act. That's not a made for TV moment, so to speak. But
Tony Khan to play. That's why we put it on pay-per-view.
Yeah. I mean,
Apparently he cleared that.
of course he did. That doesn't surprise me one bit.
Paige?
No,
Paige
that
cleared
Tony Khan allowed them to do that.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That doesn't surprise me. Khan's a freaking idiot. He let so much get away with. I want to talk about MJF really quick.
Go ahead.
That dumbass. Table breaks when he puts weight on top of it, and he still does the stupid spot anyway. Now he has a dislocated hip and a bad elbow. Because he decided to do an elbow drop onto the floor with nothing to break his freaking fall.
Except his elbow.
Yeah.
Get his body to break it.
Yeah. And now he's banged up.
Better than falling off an escalator.
It might have been the same difference.
That's very.
It's not the fall that hurts, it's the sudden
ground.
stop.
Yeah.
It's gravity that hurts.
What a-
All right. So
Why would he freaking decide?
That pay-per-view made Jay White look bad.
Absolutely. I was just going to say that. I was just going to bring that up because he came out and said he was not happy with the booking because here's MJF already wrestled in a tag match, right? Got beaten up with the leg or the knee or whatever.
Yeah, his knee.
Supposedly goes off in an ambulance,
Yeah.
right? Now we're talking Adam, all this other
Adam
stuff.
Cole. How was Adam Cole going to freaking wrestle?
Will you quit hollering in my ear,
Sorry.
please?
You've been
The
doing
mic-
that shit for
the-
like the last hour.
The mic is straight ahead. Thank you.
I just heard you yelling about medication for like 10 minutes.
But Jay White was very concerned about the booking because here's this guy who's literally beaten up,
Yeah.
taken to an ambulance,
Mhm.
legitimately hurt, and he still loses to MJF. That's not good for Jay
No.
White, and he's
It's
not
not
happy
good at all.
about it. He's not happy.
As
So
soon
what-
as MJF left in an ambulance, I was like, here comes a Stone Cold spot where he comes driving the
Oh, yeah, of
ambulance.
course. Yeah. That's no shocker.
So where do you see going with Jay White? He wrestled on. Did he not wrestle on TV last night?
He's in the Continental Challenge thing
Okay.
tournament, the G1 tournament.
Did he win? I don't remember.
Yeah, he won.
Okay. So I was going to say, what does this Full Gear booking do for Jay White down the line? Does it do anything to hurt him?
No.
No, it won't hurt him. As long as he has
Except his pride.
Oh yeah. As long as he has a strong tournament, he'll be okay. But if
Okay.
he only wins a one match, this one match.
Stay with us.
I am.
He's booking seats for the MGM MGM live holiday tour.
If he only has this one win in the tournament and loses everything else, then this is going to kill him. He'd have a long road back. But if he has a strong tournament, he'll be okay.
Okay. I hope so.
But this whole tournament, like I was telling Matt before we went on the air, this whole tournament is for Bryan Danielson. Because he can't go to Japan in the summer to do this kind of tournament. Bray won't allow it. And he said it himself, it's not responsible for him to go to Japan for a month to do this kind of tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So this is why Tony Khan made this tournament for him, so he can get this out of the system, and he's going to win this whole thing.
Okay.
He's going to become a Triple Crown champion.
Listen, I would love to see Daniel get one final run at something substantial, and I think he's got to be done. He's just gotten hit the last 2 years. The injuries he's had and suffered,
this is
way
it.
too major.
This-
and he's talking about retiring, what, a year from whenever he mentioned that?
Yes, a little after his
With an orbital bone break? That's,
He didn't want to even admit that he was injured after it.
Yeah.
It's like Tony Khan had made this new Continental Championship, which is, I swear, if it looks like an Intercontinental Championship, I'm gonna freak out. But does it already diminish this this Continental Championship if they had to put the ROH World Title and the New Japan, was it Openweight Championship, Strong Openweight Championship with it to make it even mean anything?
I think we had the same conversation when they created the belt for that Seth one.
Yeah.
What does that do for diminishing, Roman's belts? I think we had that.
But even then, WWE would have been like, "Oh, you're the Intercontinental United States and the new World Heavyweight
I think
Champion."
in Tony's mind, this elevates the ROH World Title because no one really cares about it because it's not on TV. And I think Eddie Kingston's a terrible champion anyway. I don't like Eddie Kingston. But I think in Tony's mind, this elevates the ROH title. But I don't know what New Japan gets out of it. Except probably Danielson.
Yeah.
Because I think the finals at World's End is going to be Danielson versus Moxley.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I'm waiting my turn to talk about the match I want to talk about.
It's your turn. Didn't know you were following along.
I was.
Okay, your turn, sir.
I thought one of the best matches on there, and I believe I said it last week, that Julia Hart was the up and comer and has honed her skills. Well, I was proven right because she won the championship. And I think it was a good match. I think Statlander looked stiff. Okay. I think the real true match was between Julia Hart and Sky Blue. And I'm glad to see it. I think it starts to give a little bit of credibility to the organization, and I forget their name that it's called. But I'm glad to see her win. And I where does it go from there? Does it go back to Tony Storm? Does it go to what's her name? The Japanese girl. Shida. But does that mean Britt Baker finally comes back?
Hopefully.
I think a lot of people were Cargill's umpty squat, wins and no losses. But I really think, in my opinion, I think Britt's the face of the organization, and I hope it is. I hope there is a storyline with Julia and Britt Baker. I think it would be a good storyline. So that's just my opinion on the match that I liked.
Sounds fair. I have no thoughts on any of the matches right now, except I did see one visual that I'd loved to see, and that was the generational picture of Darby Allin, Sting, and Edge. The way they came out, it was Allin, Edge, and Sting. They all had the paint.
Yeah.
I thought that was a fantastic shot of seeing the three of them come out that way in almost like a generational picture. First came Darby, right?
Yeah.
Then Edge, and then Sting.
Yeah.
And they all had paint. I think it was a great visual.
When does Sting go away? March.
I just want to know what Tony Khan was thinking of putting that as the first match on the pre-show.
Sting, maybe, instead of having him hang around. I mean, I don't know.
No.
I mean,
That wouldn't have been on the pre-show,
I don't know. Did I see something that this week I saw a picture of Ric Flair horizontal on the ground? Did he take a bump or something this week?
He got a low blow from Christian Cage.
Okay. All right.
From the Father of the Year.
Gotcha. Okay. Thought I saw that. And he still wants to take a bump or two. We talked about that last week. I mean,
hey, is Peyton Royce done wrestling?
No,
she's back in
Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, she's in Australia? Okay.
She was wrestling, so I don't know if she's
Okay.
back yet.
I was just wondering.
Young Bucks, they lost their match against the Golden Jets. Bucks are now off TV for a little bit. They're talking about repackaging them as heels. Their TV show, they're not bringing back whatever it was called, the Bucks, Young Bucks. Being the elite, whatever, that's done. Good for Kenny Omega and Jericho to win, I think, at this point. Yeah. And Bucks could take the hit. I mean, nothing's going to really damage their reputation. They're one of those people you don't need the belts to be who you are, to be elite, so to speak. But I thought that was a good match to see Omega and Jericho get the.
Since the Golden Jets have the shot at the tag team championship, how in the blue hell does anybody expect Big Cass, the most boring person in all of professional wrestling, and Ricky Starks to beat Jericho and Omega? That's not happening.
No one thought they'd beat FTR.
Not unless they get some help somewhere, right?
No one thought they'd beat FTR. That's all I'm saying.
All right, let's go into AEW ROH, some independent news. Before John, can you tell me if you were able to do anything with that video? That's good. Okay,
Yeah,
so we'll
yeah,
get to that in a few minutes.
The subject matter sucked, but I was able to
Well,
put it together.
we'll let the audience decide.
I know.
So,
I know.
you know, Christian Cage renamed Luchasaurus Killswitch.
I like the name just because it's the name of his finisher, but other than that,
again, stripping the Luchasaurus of his own identity, though.
Well, he'll be turning soon on Christian.
Yeah. Danhausen returned.
Very nice, very evil.
MJF versus Samoa Joe has been made official for World's End pay-per-view.
Even though this pay-per-view is in MJF's hometown, Joe's got to win or he's done.
Okay.
we'll figure out MJF's contract status that night.
Yeah, exactly. Here's what's interesting. The PWI Tag Team 100, your number one spot was?
FTR.
And that includes the time when I forgot which one, the one that always gets hurt. He was also hurt a lot when they were with WWE. Was it Cash Wheeler, right?
Mm-hmm.
That they still claim the number one spot. You don't happen to know who the top 1, 2, and 3 were, just out of curiosity for comparison.
I'll look it up.
Let's see. Nick Wayne gets a concerto from Adam Copeland in front of his mother, who Adam saved from the same move.
Yeah, his mom's now a TV character.
People believe that the devil is going to be Jack Perry. Are you excited about the devil being Jack Perry and the payoff of that storyline?
They'd have to really structure it out to explain why he's the devil.
Okay.
And why he cares so much about MJF to hurt MJF.
Storyline.
Oh yeah.
Got to give him something to do, right? You have it there, Matt? Did you find it?
Yes.
Wasn't there
number 1 FTR, number 2 Aussie Open, number 3 Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens.
Wow.
Number 4 Bishamon.
Yeah, Bishop Yoshihashi and Goto.
Motor City Machine Guns, ABC, The Acclaim, Judgment Day, Damage Control, and 7-Up.
Wow,
in Japan.
ABC was number 6.
Yep.
Yeah, they should be higher.
That's outstanding.
It is, but they should be higher. They should be higher than KO and Sammy.
Congratulations to Chris and Ace.
ABC should be higher than the guys that won the tag team championship in the main event of WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think they're a better team than Sammy and Kevin.
Sammy and Cammy.
Yeah.
That's what I thought he was going to. I thought that's what I heard come out of there. You're sitting too close to Chief. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Just like I say that with love, though. With love and respect.
I said it on Wikipedia. You'll see it in like 5 to 10 minutes.
Talk about this Tony Storm acceptance speech thing. If you had set that
That
up.
was hilarious. They came out with like a presentation of like they're presenting an Oscar. It's like the winner of the AEW Women's Championship goes to Tony Storm. And she came out like the screen turned black and white and she was like all shocked she won. Which is funny. And then they eventually bring the belt out. Then she got interrupted by Sky Blue at the very end, but that was good.
Yeah, that whole black and white thing for her is kind of like part of her gig now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Black and white stuff.
Yep.
All right, what else? Real quickly, we know MJF has a legit hip injury. We talked about that earlier.
Cole ain't coming back anytime soon.
Yeah, the fact he even showed up on TV and even thought of putting him into that match, that's why I think it added to a really wonky storyline for that championship match. Because with all the pictures that were shown with his ankle and the pins and the surgery, he's like he's walking. Yeah, he can be doing physical therapy and stuff, but not to
He's
go
not
into
even
the
why
ring.
he's still on crutches.
Chief?
I'm surprised. I'm surprised Britt let him work through that. Even though she is a dentist, she has still had the medical training of the body.
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
The general training.
Yeah. Mhm.
And I'm really surprised that she let him go as far as he did. Okay. Because if he could have hurt himself again severely, and it would have pushed him back even farther.
Right.
So,
Well, I don't think.
so I just,
He didn't really do anything to put himself in danger except for like
well, if
get in the ring.
Exactly, and that's where I was going to go. If you'd have looked and saw how he got into the ring, and
Took him a minute.
Yeah, broken ankle.
it's just,
Especially given the freak nature that he got hurt in the first place.
he don't need to be doing
Right.
That would have been like
That's-
nuclear
that's
heat for
what
Jay
I'm
White if he would have just like kicked him in the leg or
Oh
something.
my God.
You know,
Oh, yeah, he would've been.
No,
That's-
absolutely.
that's-
When you got that kind of injury, you
It's-
stay on the ramp.
especially when a fella like that gets a good pop.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to risk it. Last but not least, MJF was listed as an executive producer for the Iron Claw movie for all the input he had regarding the wrestling side of filming. Plus, he's in the movie.
Yeah.
Now, as an executive, is he involved any more in that movie? Like, was he an investor? Was he?
No.
I don't think so. It's just
in
like
the
a
movie.
thank you for like all the
help he did. Yeah.
Good for him.
inside like help you gave him
He's
all.
playing Lance Von Erich, the fake Von Erich.
And the movie itself has been critically acclaimed as a terrific movie. Even the possibility of being Oscar worthy.
That'd be
Of
cool.
Possibly getting
Good.
awarded like
The wrestler
that. So,
was nominated for an Oscar, so
yeah, exactly.
let's
All right.
see how good this is.
One last indie piece of news before we get to pop culture. The Bella twins turned 40, if anybody cares.
No.
All right.
I looked up Impact News. There wasn't one thing since Mickey James said she didn't have a contract.
Yeah.
We covered
Well,
that last week. I was
this
like,
last week's show, I think, was just a replay of like
Yeah.
Thanksgiving show highlights and
Yeah.
stuff. So they had nothing live going on. Yes, sir.
I got something. Real
Okay.
quick. If you've never had the chance to see this group, I've had the good fortune of seeing them a couple times. The Harlem Globetrotters.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
That's
The
it.
Harlem Globetrotters are coming to
we're
Henderson
plugging
February
now.
February the 26th.
Wow.
If you have never seen them, Chief says go out and see them.
Grew up watching them on ABC's Wide World of Sports with Meadowlark Lemon, Curly Neal, and all those guys. And then my wife and I, many years ago, had a chance to actually see them in the Garden.
Yep.
Before we moved out here, obviously. And they are a great show and what they do. Listen,
Especially for the kids.
oh, absolutely. Especially what they do at floor level and everything.
Yes.
Absolutely. The poor Washington Generals who they play all the time. I think they have maybe one win.
Twice.
Twice.
Yeah.
They're kind of like the team that the Savannah Bananas play, the party animals all the
Yeah.
time. So it's kind of like that same thing. But they are still one of the best entertaining shows that are out there. Okay, with that.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well worth the money.
Go ahead.
Speaking of like useful news to this show.
Okay.
Well,
Last year when we had the Savannah
Bananas
Bananas
we're
on.
going to plug something, folks. We're going to plug something.
It's to the show.
Last year when we had the Savannah Bananas on,
Yep.
we were number one on their list as far as reserved for media stuff.
Yep.
They're coming back this year. Does our number one go to
Does it carry
the actual
over?
list?
I will have to reach out to the marketing person.
All
What are
right.
the dates that they're due out here? You know,
I think
May?
it was in March or
March,
May.
okay.
You would
Maybe
think,
around base
You
like-
would think if you were plugging it that you would have the information.
I don't pull up
it
Google
wasn't
ads
plugging
and
in.
randomly talk.
You would
so-
think it. You would think it.
All right, I believe our video is just about ready to run.
Yeah.
I kind of don't want to run it anymore.
I think we're beyond that point of pulling it back.
After all the hype we got now.
So as we mentioned, well, I may not have mentioned it actually on the air yet. Tomorrow, we talk about birthdays, the Bellas, but
Oh,
tomorrow is the birthday of some. Are you even listening?
We got to plug Sins Wrestling now.
Right now, I'm in the middle of doing something.
I don't care.
Okay,
You're gonna care in a second.
All right, well, fuck everything. Happy birthday, Chief. Tomorrow's Chief's birthday. With that, I must ask you to direct your eyes to the board, please.
I am.
No,
that
this
board.
board.
This,
For
Yes,
your
this
birthday.
board.
All right, can you play it, John? Here we go.
Scarf, just wanted to take a quick moment and wish you a happy birthday
Also wanted to thank you for a couple other things. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your friendship. Thank you for being that mentor and somebody I can go to when I need to talk. It really is appreciated. Wish you all the best. We'll see you at the next show. Love you, brother.
Hey, Chief. Want to say happy birthday. Thank you for everything. Thank you for being a good friend. Take care, brother. Happy birthday.
We want to take just a minute and wish the Chief very happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Chief. Hope you have a wonderful day.
Happy birthday, Chief.
What's up, Chief? It's your boy, B-Day Dagger, baby, and I'm here to wish you a happy birthday. Now, don't forget to dig 'em deep Dagger style, baby. Oh, yeah!
With that,
You did a good job. That was awesome.
At least the sparkler stayed on long enough to get a few minutes of it, Chief. From all of us personally as a team, from Chief on down to everybody, you know we love you. We want to wish you. We know that for you, birthdays are only numbers, but may you have many more years where they continue to be only numbers.
Thank you.
We love you, and to you and to Liz. I know she's probably got something planned. Please have the happiest enjoyment of your birthday this weekend as they continue to go around our friends here at Thoughts Count Anywhere.
You know,
come on around.
The birthday, to me, it's just another day. Okay. I'll be 71 tomorrow, but
I got socks older than that.
But the better news is your daddy's coming.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Okay.
you.
That's more than the birthday. But to all of you, thank you.
Thank you.
I
No
love
problem.
y'all. You know that. I love getting browbeat by y'all.
Oh, just
well, that's a given.
I wouldn't.
We went easy on you today.
I wouldn't expect it any other way.
Of course.
You know, and we still have 10 minutes left, so you guys can really
dig in.
if
Well,
you
first,
want.
John is going to bring out the plates and you. I hope you like coconut.
Hey,
You like coconut?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what we got for a
But-
change of pace.
But thank you all, and yeah, 71 tomorrow.
God bless. Age is only a number. So you're only as as good as you feel
Hey,
and look. And
you
may you
know,
have many more numbers.
A couple weeks ago, I got the good
Yes,
bill
you got
of health,
cleared.
so
Absolutely.
you know, let's
enjoy that.
Let's have some.
All right. Well, we're going to have some cake
where we
before the
going?
show is out.
So Scott's in a good mood. Michigan's up 14-10 at the half.
He's maybe in a good mood, but he'd probably be feeling
Yeah,
better
he'd be better
if
if
he's in
it
a better
wasn't-
mood.
yeah, if it
But
wasn't
at least
late.
they're up 4 at this point at
And
half.
don't forget, 1 p.m. Pacific Coast time, Power Play Sports and Collectibles will be on the Whatnot channel today.
Some lady in
Download the Whatnot app to get it.
Thank you.
Some lady in the chat room named Elizabeth Miller says happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Thank you.
Ronald Young, thank you, Chief. Happy birthday. So, listen, let me ask you a question.
Talk to
You've been
me.
following wrestling, as we know, many, many years. We kid about old school to today. But if you could, over
It's
all
not a
your
joke.
years of being a wrestling fandom, give me a top couple of things that you remember the most that you saw that you just love about wrestling. What that stand out to you?
Superfly Jimmy Snuka jumping off the top of the cage.
Okay,
Madison Square
Garden, right?
Yep.
You know who's in the audience seeing that?
Who?
Mick Foley.
Yeah. The night that Ivan Koloff won the championship belt from Bob Backlund.
Okay.
You know, I think being out here, and we joke about it, but some of the, you look here, Zoe Stark, we got to see her out here. Shotzi, we got to see her out here. Carrion or Kevin, we got to see him. Solo Sikoa, we got to see him. LA Knight, we got to see
some of the top stars
that are making it now in the WWE or elsewhere. That's awesome. Thank you, sir.
You get the cherry.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You didn't wear a skirt. I'm not giving you a tip.
You
The
might
night-
have one back there. You make sense.
The night that Ric Flair beat Harley Race in North Carolina, 1983. The Flair for the gold.
The year I was born.
I was there for that. The first WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Atlantic City. I got to see it.
Yep.
You okay there?
Got to see,
Okay, making sure.
and we can joke about it. Got to see more wrestling.
What was your aha
Wait, let
moment?
me turn the mics on.
What was what was your aha moment when you became a wrestling fan? The very first thing that turned you on to pro wrestling. Do you remember?
Yeah, I was 9 years old, and we had friends that lived across the street from us, an older couple.
Right.
Used to go over there every Saturday, 12 to 1 o'clock
At night?
in the morning.
Oh, and okay.
Noontime to 1.
Gotcha.
Every Saturday, wrestling from Washington, D.C., the old Worldwide Wrestling Federation.
Triple WF.
Exactly. When Vince's dad owned it. That's when it started. You got to see, you got to see him on TV. Like today, we get to see Roman, we get to see Miz, we get, the big names. They're on TV. Got to see it back then. That was the start of, Bruno with Arnold Skolin, Pedro Morales, Ivan Koloff, Baron von Ratsky, Dick the Bulldog Brower, George the Animal Steel. Back in those days, not like today, not a lot of women wrestlers, though.
True.
Not a lot of women wrestlers.
Right.
Like, thank God today there are more. They are on TV more. I think, looking at this show today, they could have put another women's match together. I think that they could have put on this card, possibly. I don't, I'm just saying.
They could have done the women's tag team match on the show.
I'm just saying.
I know, I'm saying it too. Like they could put the women's tag title match on.
And I think the one thing I think today, back in the day, I think Vince's dad scripted better his shows than today.
What we're seeing today.
Yes. Just, I was thinking about coming over here, and it's funny. You don't see a wrist lock anymore.
Not very often.
You don't see an arm bar anymore.
Nope.
No.
You don't see a Dory Funk Jr. leg hold. Okay. You don't even hardly see a figure 4 leg lock anymore. You don't see the chicken wing no more. It's entire, to me, it's a 180 out. It's the glamour and the glitz today. We're lucky you never even see, you don't even hardly see anybody knocked out anymore with a sleeper hold or anything like that.
Right. You don't see the submissions like that anymore.
Exactly. So that's where wrestling's progressed. And I'm not going to say I totally like it.
Right.
But to me, that's where it's going. And it's, as we say, it's more flippy shit today.
It's interesting. When you talk to people who lived in Vegas forever and they've seen the evolution of the city grow and grow and grow, you've seen the evolution of wrestling on many fronts. I mean, we kid and joke about the Bruno thing and all of that. But the evolution from the Bruno time of wrestling to today and all the changes and the styles and the women, I think you're right that Kennedy or McMahon Sr. had a tougher job because it was still territorial.
Yeah.
You didn't know who was going to be allowed to come into all the different territories. And yet every wrestler who did go to different territories, their stories were always a little different in every territory.
Yeah.
Right? Dusty maybe could beat Ric Flair in one territory, and then they come up north to New York in another territory, and the reverse could happen.
Exactly.
So I think the storylines at that time were much harder to produce because you just didn't know who was going to be allowed to wrestle where.
And who you were partnering with, you had to keep that person strong.
Right, exactly.
And if you go back and you do a little bit of the history, the promoters were talking 6-9 months out to bring a wrestler in.
Right. And all those were negotiated around tables.
Exactly.
Right.
And
everyone was trying to get Andre all the time.
And they, you go into the NWA umbrella, they were all trying to get their wrestler for the champ to come to their territory
Right.
to wrestle their number one wrestler.
Right.
And you know, I really think the one guy, the two guys that we don't talk about, Nick Bockwinkel, okay, who, if you've ever seen Nick's one of the greatest wrestlers there was, okay, individually. He could wrestle, he could go. But the one guy, the one guy that I really think didn't get his just due because they didn't like to go down to the Nick Gulas territory and the Jerry Jarrett territory was Jerry the King Lawler.
Right.
All right. I think Lawler should have had a championship belt at some time, whether it would be the NWA belt, the WWF, you know, at that time.
Right.
Yeah, granted, he held the Southern Heavyweight title.
But not one of the majors at that time.
He never got it. Never got his just due.
I got to end it there. That'll be an interesting topic to continue on. We are running out of time. I do want to mention, no, that's fine. There, you saw the commercial for Desert Valley Gallery a few minutes ago. I just want to remind everybody, between now and the end of the year, if you go up to Desert Valley Gallery, you make a purchase of a minimum of simply $150, you'll be entered into a drawing for a pair of tickets to their monthly cabaret show, whichever show you want to go to in 2024. John and I just went last weekend. We were there. So go up there. You got to mention Aaron's Hour. You got to mention Aaron. You got to mention WWDB TV. You got to mention Thoughts Count Anywhere. And that is how, when you buy that minimum $150 purchase, you get entered into the drawing for any show next year. But you must do that before December 31st. All right. Want to thank everybody for tuning in. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy Survivor Series tonight, because that'll be something we spend some time on next week to talk about. Fellas, final thoughts.
Everybody have a good, safe week. Stay warm out there. It's going to get chilly.
Yes, it
Enjoy
is.
Survivor Series. Happy birthday, Chief. Hope you have a great day tomorrow.
Thank you, brother.
Everyone be safe and happy birthday, Chief. Thank you for everything.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Your turn.
Hey, everybody on this dais right here and behind the screen there, thank you
You
very
mean
much.
John?
Thank you very, very much for everything today. Liz, I love you. To all my friends and family out there, and you know you all are family, please have a great rest of the week. And I love you all.
We'll see Chief Thursday night on the roundtable, 4 p.m. with Rick Upchurch, George Miklos, and myself. Chief will continue the story that he shared during his rant, because it is something that
We
you all
all
need to
need
hear.
it. Yep.
All right, with that, I'm going to reminding you, top of the hour, Aaron's Hour. My guest is James Doc Mason, screenwriter, author, been involved in Hollywood for many years. We'll have him on at the top of the hour. With that, Chief, I salute you with a piece of cake. As always, folks, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. To Chief and many more birthdays. Love you. Thank everybody for watching. We'll see you next week right here. Thoughts Count Anywhere.